Him for His mighty acts. Praise Him according to His excellent greatness. Praise Him with the sound of the trumpet. Praise Him with the psaltery and the harp. Praise Him with the timbrel and the dance. Praise Him with the string instruments. Praise Him upon the loud sound cymbals. Praise Him upon the high sounding cymbals. Let everything that have breath praise Yahweh. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Sing unto Yah a new song, and His praise in the congregation of Israel rejoice in Him that made Him. Let the children of Zion be joyful in their King. Let them praise His name in the dance. Let them praise unto Him with the timbrel and the harp. For Yahweh taketh pleasure in His people. He will beautify the meek with salvation. Let the saints be joyful in glory. Let them sing aloud upon their beds. Let the high praise of Elohim be in their mouth, and a two-edged sword in their hand. To execute vengeance upon the evil, and punishment upon the people. To bind their kings with chains, and their nobles with fetters of iron. To execute upon them the judgment written. This honor have all the saints. Hallelujah. I will praise Thee with my whole heart. Before the mighty will I sing praise unto Thee. I will worship toward Thy holy temple. I will praise Thy name for Thy loving kindness and for Thy truth. For Thou hast magnified above all Thy name and Thy promise. In the day when I cried, Thou answered me, and strengthened me with strength in my soul. All the kings of the earth shall praise Thee, O Yahweh, when they shall hear the words of Thy mouth. Yea, they shall sing in the ways of Yah. For great is the glory of Yahweh. Though Yah be high, yet He hath respect unto the low. But the proud He knoweth far off. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, Thou wilt revive me. Thou shalt stretch forth Thy hand against the wrath of my enemies. Thy right hand perfect that which concerneth me. Thy mercy, O Yahweh, endureth forever. Forsake not the works of Thy own hands. Hallelujah. Blessed be the name of Yah Elohim, who is Israel's Savior. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Once again, giving all honor, all glory, all thanks to the Most High Yah, whose name alone is Yah, by saying hallelujah. And Yah is righteous all the time. Let us praise Yah, His holy name, on this the great and holy day that He has given unto us, glorious day, even this Shabbat day, His gift, to honor Him, to glorify Him, and to sing praise unto His holy name. We want to bless this great King. We want to magnify Him and honor Him and exalt Him. For He truly is good to Israel and the world. And He is our Savior. He has blessed us today to be in the land of the living, to experience His mercy and His loving kindness, to see another beautiful day, a day which we have not seen, and a day we will not see again in its entirety. It's unique unto itself. We should be glad and rejoice in it, praising His holy name, coming to Him, asking Him to be with us, that we may pursue knowledge, wisdom, and understanding on how to enjoin ourselves and become one with Him. This is the time that we have. Let us not in vain. Let us turn now to Psalm 122. We begin with our readings. Of course, that is first one is found in Psalm 122. The second will be out of Psalm 92. The third will be taken from Psalms 23. We will lastly end up in the book of Exodus, the 20th chapter. But leading off, we will start with Psalm 122. Psalm 122. I was glad when they said unto me, let us go into the house of Yahweh. Our feet shall stand within thy gates, O Jerusalem. Jerusalem is built as a city that is compact together, where the tribes go up, the tribes of Yah unto the testimony of Israel, to give thanks unto the name of Yahweh. For there are set the thrones of judgment, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. They shall prosper that love thee. Peace be within our walls, prosperity within our palaces. For my brother and companion's sake, I will now say, peace be with thee. Because of the house of Yahweh Elohim, I will seek thy good. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Psalm 92. Psalm 92. It is a good thing to give thanks unto Yahweh, and to sing praise unto thy name, O Most High, to show forth thy loving kindness in the morning, thy faithfulness every night, upon an instrument of 10 strings, upon the psalms, upon the harp with a solemn sound. For thou, Yahweh, hast made me glad through thy works. I will turn the works of thy hands. O Yahweh, how great are thy works, and thy thoughts are very deep. A brutish man knoweth not, neither does a fool understand this. When the wicked spring as the grass, and all the workers of iniquity do flourish, it is that they shall be destroyed forever. But thou, Yahweh, art most high forevermore. Below thine enemies, O Yahweh, below thine enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. My horn shalt thou exalt like the horn of a wild ox. I shall be anointed with fresh oil. Mine eye also shall see my desire on my enemies. And my ears shall hear my desire of the wicked that rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. He shall grow like the cedar in Lebanon. Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh shall flourish in the courts of Elohim. They shall still bring forth fruit in old age. They shall be fat and flourish, to show that Yah is upright. He is my rock. There is no unrighteousness in him. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Turning now to Psalms 23. Turning now to Psalms 23. Read as follows. For Yah, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. Beside the still, he restored my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou prepared a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou art my head, my cup run over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahweh forever. Hallelujah. Finally, now we want to turn to Exodus chapter. It is here we find the words of Yahweh Elohim, which he wrote himself with his own finger upon 2 tablets of stone upon Mount Sinai. He delivered them into the hands of his servant Moses. Bring them down, teach them to the children of Israel. It is with these words he would establish his covenant with the children of Israel, that he would always be the Elohim, and that we would always be his people forevermore. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And Elohim spake all these words, saying, I am Yahweh the Elohim, which have brought thee out the land of Egypt, out the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no Elohim before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, Yahweh, the Elohim, am a jealous Elohim, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy to the thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh, the Elohim, in vain, for Yahweh will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of Yahweh the Elohim. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor the manservant, nor the maidservant, nor the cattle, nor the stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days Yahweh made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and he rested the seventh day. Wherefore Yahweh blessed the Sabbath day and holiday. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which Yahweh thy heaven giveth thee. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's. And all the people saw the thunder and the lightning, the noise of the trumpet and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed and stood afar off. They said unto Moses, Speak thou with us, and we will hear. But let not Elohim speak with us, lest we die. Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for Elohim is come to prove you, that his fear may be before your faces, that ye sin not. Hallelujah! 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 Praise the mighty Yahweh. Yah is righteous all the time. Hallelujah. Are there any comments as we move forward this week from anybody? Testimonies? Before we get started. Looking good, Israel?
Hallelujah.
Looking good, Israel?
Feeling good. Hallelujah.
Feeling good.
Hallelujah. Feeling great.
All right. Any comments? Yes, ma'am. Shalom. Hallelujah.
Praise God for the big Yahweh and the thing that He has made for us to rejoice and come together. I'd like to say hallelujah to that.
Hallelujah.
I'd like to thank y'all. I did something yesterday that I had done in a long time. I can't even remember the last time. I failed.
By
I
Shalom.
failed. I'm like, oh, great God. I got right back up. You know, when that bad, it was my fault. I threw the pants away. I tripped over these wide leg pants that I had. I did. I put it last night. I'm going your way. But I took that as I took that as a sign. Maybe I'm falling somewhere. In my walks or in my talk, or maybe I'm doing something somewhere that I'm falling at. So I took that as a sign or a warning. So just maybe think things that I do and the things that I'm doing. So I praise God for the fall. And I didn't get it straight. I had one little bitty little bitty scrape on the bottom of my head. And I said, oh, it's gonna hurt me today. I didn't feel it today. So I just prayed God, for the fall, and get something more out of it than, I fell on the ground, I just said, well, it might be a lesson in this fall that I had. So, I took that as a blessing. So I just prayed God, that I came out unscratched and no pain. So hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Well, the old saying is, we fall, get back up.
I got a squeak. Thought I was bad.
So we get back up. It's not the fall that's the problem, it's what you do after the fall. Hallelujah. Any other comments from anyone? Shalom.
I got quite a few, but I'm gonna say now. I'll praise be to God, I'm Israel, hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
I didn't fall, but this recent week, I got a ticket for speeding. Yeah, and if I was just driving my car, I just wasn't in. And so it's so funny because I wasn't upset about it. I hadn't had tickets since 2005. So I wasn't upset about it. And I knew I was in the wrong because he didn't have his lights on. And I was like, dang, if he had his lights on, I could have caught it. But I should have been speeding anyway. And so when I seen him, it was way too late because I was just as close as I am to everybody in class. And I looked at my meter and I'm doing 78. I was like, I'm caught. And so I rode past him for a little bit. He let me get so far ahead, and then he came on out. But then he drove beside me. I'm like, dude, quit playing with me. Come on and pull me over, because I know you got me. Just come on. There's somebody else out here for me and you. Pull me over and get it over with. I said, however, if you want to pass me by, I'll take that blessing too. But then the lights came on, and I had to give him my information. But it was cool. And I just looked at it, and I said, pray. I'd have had too many times where I done flew past the police, and the police was like, let her go, her guy let me slide by, and I said, it's only so the last, I want to say 3 months, I kept telling myself, watch your speed, don't catch up with you. You can only get away with it for so long. And so I have really been trying to watch my speed, but I gave thanks anyway, because I knew eventually it was going to catch up with itself. Hallelujah. That I took it in a positive light. I don't even know what I got to say yet. I've been too scared to look. When I know I'm going to have to. I'm still tired. I have to look and see.
Any other comments? Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
Y'all get up, y'all pray. That's what I was saying when I was taking a shower. First I said, "Put it in the shower." First I was
Right.
praise God, Yahweh. I know Yahweh is the best. Yahweh,
Hallelujah. Sing soon. Sing soon. Oh, I'm talking.
Yes, ma'am.
Sing.
Bye, shalom.
Fire contact.
You really gotta sing.
We had an awesome party. It was great. He had so much money. He was turning out. It was like this is the milestone birthday for him. I mean, it consisted of he had fireworks and even a guy that we in the park that played the saxophone. He came and played on fire. Happy birthday. This whole family made it out. It was a beautiful day. But you already did her. When Fire saw them, I was like, these are my friends. And I know they're my friends because we love each other. Like, so it was a beautiful thing. With little and nothing that we do, pray not that we was able to have the party that we have. And right now, with all of that, that's great. Right now, today, I'm dealing with an issue with, with my husband. Right, yeah. Queen. Yep. Not. I found myself on Saturday. How you gotta get to work? I would say like crazy. Everything is like rush. Um, it's a lot of like hectic things, and I don't think that myself this morning should be like that. I don't. I mean, we live all the way in Covington, Kentucky. We get on, and then how he picks up people too, and he do a lot here and everything. So, and he works like not just in Cincinnati. He go down in Indiana. Sometimes he go to Dayton. You know, so and a lot of different other places that's really far out, like way down in Kentucky and stuff. So I do have a lot on his plate, but on a Saturday, I don't feel like that. Everything should be just like rush. Like rush. I gotta get over here, and he got so many things. I mean, I think this high guy just needs some help. Like he needs some help, and he can only get help if people like volunteer. He can't make anyone do anything. But you know, he do because he got a lot on his plate, and with him having a lot on his plate, it'd be a lot of pressure on me because I'm really not like a rush person. I like to take my time because I don't want to forget nothing. Because you don't live around the corner or whatever, you can't be going back and forth on the Saturday or whatever. You forget it. So, and it'd be like 10 minutes between us, like the ride here. Usually my 7 day ride is, you know, peaceful, listen to music and everything. I really want to turn around and start choking on like I really did. Like, cause like he just yelling and everything, and he got so much going on. I'm like, well, okay, but then if you got this going on, you need to be open and open your mouth and say something to other people. Like I need a little help or something like that. So I don't know. He was hollering at me. I'm telling you, it's one of the hallelujah. Doing right. You know, we're doing exercise.
Hallelujah. Shalom. All praise, all glory to the only one who deserves to be praised and glorified on this day, the mighty Yah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Give thanks and praise to the Most High Yah for blessing me this day. Good health, open, strong heart, blood flowing, good thoughts on my head. I want to thank y'all for such a beautiful week. My grandson turned 5, and I know it was a wonderful thing. And my mom and all my brothers and my sisters was there. We was only missing 4 of my grandkids. So it was real nice to have everybody out and everyone to get together. I'm going to speak to this that my queen has brought up. And I'm going to speak to it mildly because on the I like to do everything first. So I'm time. For me, time is everything. And so I don't have no excuses for nothing I do because I put everything in a proper time. And I set things according to time. Now, some people move, or they move. I like to move on time. So when I get up and I say I want to be out the house by this time, it's the time I like to leave. If I wake up late, oh well, I woke up. So that means I just gotta move faster. That means things gotta get done. Regardless if I have to aid someone else or doing other things to get someone else to class, this is just a benefit and a blessing because I give unto Yahweh what was given unto me in return. So, so I give thanks and praise to the Most High Yah. Because sometimes it's a sacrifice. And yes, I do a lot, but my brother here, and I don't know what's going on with situated and running, and we're back open on a regular basis as it was and has it been with us bouncing back and forth between the two. But I enjoy doing with y'all, and I enjoy this body. So I just like things to be lovely and peaceful and blessed. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. 19th chapter. Let's see, as they say, don't walk around because we walk around in our world, but don't think that the same dilemma don't face somebody else. And sometimes, and there's the beauty of discretion. Don't know if they face somebody because they don't come and they don't mention because they're young. But oftentimes I'm up on Saturday and when I'm in the crunch, and you but then the Almighty in his infinite wisdom, he said, let's start you first. And he said, then I'm gonna give you some help. Well, I believe all of us, not just Sabbath day, not just Sabbath, because things, believe it or not things that you practice on Sabbath day because it's a commitment to Yah. If we allow them to spill over to our everyday life, then it will come back full circle. It will fit right in. But here's the thing: we will be zealous about things on the Sabbath day and a certain way on the Sabbath, but then we lack the other day. And I listened, and the man said, behavior change. For behavioral change to take place, he said you must put something in practice at least for 100 days. Consistent. Consistent. He said the change of behavior, it takes you at least 100 days. Now he said to change it adversely, don't take that long at all. But if it's something that you desire to change is bad, he said it's going to take you at least 100 days of consistency to change it. Now that's secular. Because y'all all know, my mother even said it. She said, you're going to be late to your own funeral. That's what she always tell me. You always Running late. She said, you're going to be late to your own funeral. So if they set a time and what's going on. But let's get ourselves in the mode here. The Almighty helping us out so that we wouldn't run into things like this. Because I have eyes that can see, ears that can hear. I said a lot of times we running in and we under the gun where we coming in. See, the children of Israel wasn't supposed to be coming in the gates of Jerusalem or wherever they was at to keep the Sabbath. They coming in, like I said, with a joyful noise, with gladness of heart, calm of spirit. That's why I said praise is calmly coming in before the Almighty. Now, how can that be achieved for you and for me? And like I said, we will for that, but for everyday life, how can this be achieved? Our last question day is have 6. You.
One.
Huh? You use 1? Don't. You come here. All right, now for about 5 minutes. Move that man out the way real quick. Lean toward. Yeah, it ain't gonna bite you. Say it one more time for me. 3. All right, thank you very much. Because when we go to Exodus 19th chapter, have wisdom that maybe some of us don't have. Start at verse number.
Exodus chapter 19, verse 5. Now, therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed, and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people. For all the earth is mine.
Now, right here in this verse, he said, not if you obey commandments. He simply said, if you will obey my voice. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
He said, you obey my voice. He said, you will what? Be what?
A peculiar treasure.
You'll be peculiar. Peculiar is something that's different. Right?
Yes,
It ain't regular like everybody else. That's why it's called peculiar. If you marvel at you, Go ahead. You should what?
To be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people. For all the earth is mine. And ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. And Moses came and called for the elders of the people.
And we can't forget, in trying to return to Yah, we can't forget that that's our calling. Our calling is to become a nation, a kingdom of priests, and a holy people. And what is the job of priests? To show others, teach others. Go ahead.
And Moses came and called the elders of the people and laid before their faces all these words which Yahweh commanded him. And all the people answered together and said, all that Yah has spoken, we will do. And Moses returned the words of the people unto Yahweh. And Yahweh said unto Moses, lo, I come unto thee in a thick cloud.
Now watch what the Almighty is setting here. He's setting a scenario here. He said what? Lo,
I come unto thee.
I'm going to come unto you
in a thick cloud.
In a thick cloud.
That the people may hear when I speak with thee.
That the people can hear when I speak to them.
And believe thee forever.
And believe you forever.
And Moses told the words of the people unto Yahweh.
Now watch what the Creator said.
And Yahweh said unto
So
Moses,
he told him he coming to him so he can speak with him.
Go unto the people,
But he told Moses, since you know I'm coming to speak with you, I need you to go back and tell the people this.
and sanctify them today. Sanctify them today.
I need you to tell them to sanctify themselves what?
Today
Today
and tomorrow.
and tomorrow,
And let them wash their clothes.
and wash their clothes
And be ready
and be ready for what?
against the third day.
Be ready against or be ready for the third day, because on the third day,
Yahweh will come down in the sight of all the people
What he-
on Mount Sinai.
what he said he gonna do, he said he coming down in the thick cloud to speak with you, that you may hear what he had to tell you. He wants you to be ready. So he gave you preparedness, readiness of what? Not one day, but he said, what? Today,
And tomorrow.
tomorrow,
And let
and
them
be
wash-
ready for the.
be ready against the third day.
So in essence, some of y'all, now look what y'all might say. Now that's great wisdom. But some of y'all been in the military, right?
That's it.
Huh?
Yep.
Huh? Let me ask you, how many chains of uniforms did you have hanging up? Iron, creased, ready to go at a moment's notice.
At least three.
At least how many? At least how many? Huh? When they opened that closet, it should have been it was a wardrobe of them, wasn't it? Huh? It wasn't some just down on the floor, some thrown across the bed, some shuffled under the bed, some you didn't know where they was at. Everything was pressed deep for 3 or 4 days in a row. Maybe sometimes 5, depending on how the person took it. Every uniform creased, every shoe polished, because at the notice of something, you didn't have time. Where the iron? It was there. You could yank it. You could put it on. Everything flows. You could tie them up. Everything flows like clockwork. Uh-oh. I ain't just teaching to y'all. I'm teaching to myself. Did we talk about that? This is what was so impressive about Solomon. This is called order. Solomon got it from David, but David received it from Yah. The wardrobe of the priest. Do you think they just threw it in there? They had a 2-hour dryer or washer or something? Uh-oh, it's the holy. The priest need a holy garment. Let's go wash. No. When he took it off, it was carefully taken off. It was carefully packaged back up. It was carefully put back in place. So when he came and needed it again, because he especially knew at not what time y'all would call him into the Holy of Holies. So he always had to be ready. This is what I'm trying to absorb. In other words, it will set life, order will set life aright. I'm trying to absorb it. I'm trying to get them to absorb it. Like I tell them, if somebody comes to get you, they don't. Or they're not to wait on you. You to be ready for their coming. I'm coming to get you. Be there at 4. You still sitting out there at 4:20. They hopping around. Uh-oh. I don't want to ruffle nobody now. But we getting into, now this is, I ain't gonna show you no law, where you see you must be ready at fall. But this is standard. Our culture, custom, this is standard. It don't have to be, this is standard. This is called respect. This is called preparedness. This is called readiness. This is called something that the people around us put in practice in every aspect that make them excel in areas against us. Because we never ready for nothing.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Because we never ready for nothing. Therefore, we always on the defensive instead of on the offensive.
Yes, sir.
Because we haven't put an effectual plan together
All right.
and in place with a contingency plan after that, with a backup plan after that.
All right. Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
Understand that's how the enemy, understand that's how our people around us have been doing. No matter the politics of what I think, don't you see? They said, just because it was hot button, they said, well, if the young lady can get out of this one, we got another plan that we're going to put her in. And if she can get out of that, we got another plan to put her in a trick bag. In other words, if we want her, we going to put enough blocks there to make sure that she falls in front of them. We ain't got just one plan.
Right.
And the thing about it is, the people that were with her and her herself, they went there with one plan. And when that one plan fell through, stuck like Chuck. Now you react. Now they just react.
Brother Norman to his man.
Now they react.
Yeah, they are.
We are reactive people. And that's why they do. That's why old boy got on. That's why he got on. See, I didn't, it wasn't even worth talking about. That's why he got on talking about, but I think, because we need the National
There
Guard.
you go.
He wasn't bit more knew the National Guard was coming. He said that to see what kind of reaction he could get. Because he know one day there's a plan for them to come.
Thank you.
And what you showed him in this brief clip is how you're going to react and talk and give your hand. Hey, it wasn't worth talking about. But they have plans. And Elder told me they have plans that you see in effect. They are antiquated, meaning they are 30 to 50 years old by the time you see them put in effect. All people run around. I got this off the internet. This their plan. That plan is antiquated. It's changed. It's outdated. They done changed it. They done moved on from that. That's why they letting you see it.
That's right.
Because it's old. It don't mean nothing to them. Put that out there. And you talking about, I got this plan. But we don't have a plan. I got his plans. Okay, but what's your plan? You got his, but what's your plan? His plan. Here's the plan. See, there was one day, and I seen it. Y'all might show it. And like the sister said, he showed you things if you will hit it. There was one day this week, I got everything. The morning went like clockwork because everything was in place. All the other days, I'm looking. What is this? What is that? This went like clockwork. Not only the Almighty desired order and had it was a template. What He desired in His house was a template to be in every house of Israel. As He said, be holy. Well, if my place is ran like this, you should strive to run your place like this. So yes, we conventionally know that the 6th day is preparation day. But I had to give myself where I was at years ago. Because where I was at years ago is as soon as I got home at the end of Sabbath, I was and took these clothes off. I was already putting together my outfit for next week. The tie, the suit, the socks, the shoes, the match. It was all already together. Where next week came, all I did was got up, snatched it out. If I didn't change my mind, saw something, but snatched it out, put it on, and I'm gone. That happened right after the end, the conclusion of one Sabbath. Thinking about the next, if I was blessed to see. And as it gets closer, you definitely kick it into gear. This is what I wrestle with. I don't mind saying it because I'm wrestling with it. And like I wrestle with everything else, at least I'm wrestling with it, I can master it. Because the Sabbath, and it's all through the book. Be ready against the 3rd day, is what he told them. That was the instance there. Let's look at Nehemiah. Eighth chapter.
Nehemiah,
It's like I tell something.
chapter 8.
I say, hey, when I'm coming, you be ready. Not getting ready. You be ready. And so my sister like, hey, boy, she might stay. And she says, come pick, but you're going to hear it all the way to wherever you're going. You better pray. That's a very short ride. Did not tell from the time you open, did not tell you. You just want to close the door and be like, look, I'll call Uber or somebody and go back up. No, get on in here. You're going to hear the whole ride. I done told her, and light stop, she really get into it then because she ain't got to drive. See, look, I done told you, I ain't got time. I got that girl, if you go, let me out right here, I'll walk the rest of it. But no, you sit there, you take it because she's telling the truth. You should be ready. Like I said, not getting ready. You should be ready.
As they pull it up, you're walking out.
My mother used to say, be outside waiting on
Well,
it.
that's true too. Yeah. Yeah. But it makes us better.
It make us better. It make us better. You're not taking something for granted. Because the person don't have to.
Yes.
Like my brother said, he helping, he like helping people. Well, people like helping people. That when they like helping you, that's not that they have to. So you have to show them that you're not taking that for granted. But because there was order, look at Nehemiah 8th chapter, the very first verse.
Hallelujah.
So what I'm essentially saying is this: it ain't nothing for neither one of the parties to be vexed at, because, and this is what I love to be this. A lot of people say, some teachers, they used to try to insult me. They say, oh, he's a mediator, diplomat. I say, yeah, I like it. Because both of them want the same thing. They both want everything to flow smoothly on the Sabbath day, and they both And that's what they both want.
Let's go.
It's just a matter of how they get there. Nehemiah 8:1.
Hallelujah.
I want it. So the Almighty says, if you want it, instead of waking up at 10, get your lazy tail up at 9.
Hallelujah.
Instead of getting up everybody up at this time and you see that time ain't working, get them up and get them ready before then. Nehemiah 8:1.
Hallelujah. And all the people gathered themselves together.
How many people?
All the people.
How many people?
All the people.
Said all the people, the whole assembly were together as what?
As one man.
As one.
Into the street.
Into the where?
Into the street
That
was before the water gate.
The what?
And they spake unto Ezra the scribe to bring the book of the law of Moses, which Yahweh had commanded to Israel.
And they were all there as one man. They were all there at the water gate. And they were there early. For Ezra the priest brought the law book of the law before the congregation, both men and women, and all that could hear with understanding upon the first day of the 7th month. And he read therein before the street that was before the water gate from morning till midday. And I mean, they in the morning, they were all together, already assembled as one man. And he started his reading from morning till midday. And they stand up. But the time consciousness. When I was in church, come on. Don't be late.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be late. They won't be late for church. Huh? You know, at night, as a little kid at night, get my hair taken down. And where they braided up, get taken down. In one little suit, little outfit already picked out. Mine already have picked out. Her stuff already picked out. Father's stuff already picked out. He dressed first. She dressed us. Then she get dressed. So she don't sweat everything out. Hey, we sitting there sitting on the couch. Wait. Feet just dangling. My feet just dangling on the couch looking. We just waiting on her to get ready. As soon as she's ready, out the door. Huh?
That's a vivid memory.
Huh? Yeah, we ready. Ain't gotta go look at where that boy at. Is he getting ready?
No,
No.
was none of that.
He's ready.
Don't you mess your hair up.
Better sit again. Not only and that now discipline. Don't you sit down, don't you move. It taught us how to sit down, be still. You start fidgeting and moving around, and playing around, they come in playing around, your little outfit all messed up. Sit down.
All day.
People laughing, but we went through that.
All day.
You ain't moved again. Not till they said let's go. You said, iron that outfit there and you wriggling all up, rolling around. What's wrong with you?
No.
Huh?
Daddy.
You should still. That way, now that's discipline. So when you went out somewhere, I want you to sit down. I don't want you to move. It ain't like today, I want to sit. As soon as they get done telling me I want to sit there, don't move. Yo, don't. Didn't just say don't move. You look like they said don't move. And then they gave. Yeah, I don't worry about care or nothing. There wasn't no pill. No really all, this all, wasn't none of that. Get some of the skin, that's what you're gonna get. And you get some of that pit with the black bits on it. You get some of that. The fish with the pig with the black bits on it. Yeah, you get pop. Shut up. Oh. See, a lot of people looking at that. Oh, I can't even be raised like that. That's the problem. That's the problem. So it's in trying to find and set things in order. And where they say, if you move something, put it back from where you moved it from. Order. Set order right in our life. You talking, my sister talking about it? We all can bring better order into our lives. And we will find that if we bring better order into our lives, things will go a lot better for us. Now, there will always be bumps, but that's why you need order, because in order, you can deal even with the chaos that's in your life. But if you don't have no order, and then what in your life, then you just start to all get out. So speaking of that, I think we all can agree, and anybody listening, we want to just set more order. More order. As I tell people, I can look at all things that, even like military, that principles that they have, and it's right here in the scriptures. And we always want to look at somebody else in some other nations, and that's why y'all might say we always want to look at we always want to be impressed with a movie like The Last Samurai. Now I love that movie, but I love the movie because the example that they show was our people. When he said I was with them, and what I thought about them started changing because I saw the way they lived, the order that they had from the time they rose up, the things they did, the way they see things, and just everything they did was in a certain mood, certain fashion. So we all could be better at that. Then there's something to be said for extending ourselves. And we do have to help one another. We do. We have to help one another. And that's the right thing. That's the brotherly thing. That's what the Almighty want to see. But the essence of the word is we. Everything can't keep being heaped on just a certain few or just one. This is we. Let's go to Exodus 18th chapter. So the brother once told me, he said, let me help you help yourself. I said, huh? He said, yeah, let me help you help yourself. I said, what are you talking about? Don't let me help you not. In other words, be so just dependent upon somebody always doing for you. Let me help you be able to help yourself. Do it for you.
Yeah.
And when I call him brother, man, I said, man, fix some brakes. But now he gonna fix them. Man, that means don't let fix brakes. I'm going in the house. Come and give me when you get done. Well, the next time they down, guess what?
Cry for your elders.
Next time they next time they need to get done, guess what? I got called. Hey, bro, come get this, help me get these brakes. Now he might already have something else he got to do, so he said, "Y'all come in and get them for you, but you're gonna have to wait 2 or 3 hours." Man, I ain't got 2 or 3 hours to wait, man. He need to come right now. No, he don't. He got life. So wisdom tell me when he out there working on, oh, you tell me how to do this. Let me get my hands dirty. Now show me how to do this. Now you take this off. Okay, we got that. You pump this, we got that. You screw this, you got that. Did you unclamp that? No, I ain't clamped. But get that out. Then we put it back on. I called one time my window was busted. I said, brother, you go replace the window. Brother said, oh, that's easy. Go on out there, we going out there. I said, man, I ain't waiting on him. I drove on out there. He told me what to do. I went out there. I looked at that man. I said, where I get this out of here? I started taking stuff off. That's the way it's got to go. I took that glass out there, took mine, put it in the fit. Take this off, take this. Man, you would thought I graduated from mechanic school or something. I called brother, man, you know what I just did? He like, what? He thought something was wrong. That's what he did. And you know what I just did? I replaced that glass. I'm feeling myself. Man, I replaced that glass. And he laughing like he laughing out. He said, I told you it was good. I said, man, I ain't. And I just said, I ain't need you at all. I was like, oh, wait a minute. But the ability for me not to have to, he was going to help me, but not to have to lean on him. That freed him up. It freed me up. So now I can handle it myself and go on about what I need to go on about doing. Just like I tell certain people, I say, hey man, get you something to protect your house. You want to call me. By the time I get there, all hell done broke loose and the person gone. Get you something. I'll come and show you. How you click, click. It go boom, boom. Stay right there. And I tell you what, do I? But you calling, waiting on me. Let me help you help yourself. And when you do it, don't wrestle against it. Because it creates it's better. And even my kids, that's why I tell them when they come to me with certain things, I'm like, go think it through.
Yeah.
If you don't really get it, then come back to me. I'll give you some hints, but you go figure this thing out. So you can learn, because if I'm figuring everything else out for you, when it comes time for you to figure something out on your own, you stuck like Chuck. So we want to help. That's how we really help. What that old saying? Teach him.
Give a fish now.
Take a man to fish, and you need for a day. Teach him how to fish. Huh? Let's go to 18.
Hallelujah. Chapter 18.
You can't overextend yourself. Again, this ain't just principle for Sabbath day, this is principles in your life, period. If you overextending yourself trying to do everything, you have to take inventory. Because you trying to do, let me tell you, you try to do everything, you'll get nothing done. You trying to do everything, you'll find out you got nothing done. Same way I told a young lady, I said, she running around talking about, this week, on the job, she running around crying. I said, you trying to pay everything. And right now you here crying to me and you ain't paid nothing. I said, here's what you gonna do. She's like, but they gonna cut. And this is what I'm talking about. But they, I said, hush. And she, but they gonna, hush. I ain't gonna tell you again. I ain't telling you nothing. Huh? Here's what you gonna do. You're gonna call and figure out which one of these you need the most. That's the one you're gonna put all your attention to. You're gonna call this over here, and you're gonna tell them what you can do. She's like, but I was already on the plan. What should I mean? I don't tell them nothing, but what you can do. They, if you want to plan, they know you're gonna plan when they pull it up on screen. You just tell them what you're gonna position to do. Thank you. You're welcome. For your sanity. I'm gonna be coming to grips with that. I call them. No, you don't get no whole payment. I'm gonna hit you with this. Y'all willing next week? I'll get back in touch with you. Again, like I said, now they like, because I'm back on track, y'all might have blessed me to get in track. Now they like, Mr. Israel, you good. That's what I told y'all. I ain't worried about it. Man, I ain't got no, that's slowly leaving. I ain't got no, I got something I'm going in now. Huh? Few more extra Reese cups. Money. Huh? Huh? And not miss it. When I'm getting paid now, just a little something from the last check that's in there. When the next check, and that used to still be. But that's because I had to change the way I was thinking about doing things. I gotta get. I gotta get. No. We gonna set this thing up right like this. All right. Stress you out. Huh? Now they call, we have a conversation. How's the weather? It's good. Now your weather, it's great. Me and my husband, they talk about stuff. I'm like, let's take this payment. Right. And we forget about it. Right. We have a good conversation. Didn't used to be like that. Right. You'd be like, Mr. Israel, are you gonna make it? Look, I'm trying to tell you. But when we're seeking to have help, and then like I said, it's help. It's all of us helping. You got Exodus 18?
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Hallelujah.
Let's start at verse. Let's start at verse 8.
Hallelujah. Exodus chapter 18, verse 8. And Moses told,
You know what I want you to do? I want you to start at 7.
hallelujah. And Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, and did
Obeisance.
obeisance and kissed him.
In other words, when he went and got near him, he bowed. It ain't nothing about no you define somebody. Like I told people earlier in the week, it ain't about deifying nobody. It's about this was in the Eastern culture. This is how you respect it. This is still how you respect somebody. Not only in the Eastern culture, you go to other places. You go to Russia. There's a bow. When you're in a formal, especially when you're in different settings, there's different, because there's even different speech for a set. There's a formal setting of speech, there's an informal setting of speech. But he went to him and he bowed. And he what? Not only did he bow,
and he kissed him.
He kissed him.
And they asked each other of their welfare.
And they asked each other, hey, how you been? How you been, huh? How you been, son? And this ain't father and son, blood kin. This is father-in-law with his son-in-law. Remember we said a few weeks ago, in marriage, the families, not only the two people, but the family is meant to tie, marriage is meant to tie families together. Make a stronger family, make a stronger nation. That's why Ruth said, where you go, I'll go. Your Elohim will be my Elohim. Your people will become my people. I'm married into your peoples. They're supposed to become my peoples.
That's right.
I mean, cousins, I don't know. I got cousins over here. I got cousins over there. I got cousins everywhere. All this Hatfield and McCoy stuff, they ain't supposed to be happening. Ain't supposed to be happening. They asked for the welfare.
Then they came into the tent.
Mm-hmm.
And Moses told his father-in-law all that Yahweh had done unto Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, and all the travail that had come upon them by the way, and how Yahweh delivered them. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which Yahweh had done to Israel, whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Egyptians.
Moses got the bragging on Yah. Got the bragging on it. Man, do you know what he did? Did you, bud? Let me tell you. Sit down. Let me tell you what he did. Let me tell you how he did. Let me tell you how he did. Let me tell you what. And you ever, whoa, what? What? Huh? Oh, man. Oh, that's good news, son.
And Jethro said, blessed be Yahweh,
Someone said he blessed the Almighty,
who hath delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians,
mm-hmm.
and out of the hand of Pharaoh, who hath delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now, I know that Yahweh is greater than all deities.
Oh, you got to read that right. He said, but now I know that Yah is greater than all. For in the thing wherein they dealt proudly, he was above them. Go ahead.
And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering
Mm-hmm.
and sacrifices for Elohim.
Yeah.
And Aaron came and all the elders of Israel to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before Elohim.
Mm.
And it came to pass on the morrow
That day.
that Moses sat to judge the people. And the people stood by Moses from the morning until the evening.
From the evening to the morning.
No, from the morning until the evening.
No, the next day, from the evening to the morning.
On the morrow, the morning, next day, until the evening of that same day.
The people came that morning.
That
And Moses
day,
sat and judged them that morning.
that morning,
To that what?
to that
To
evening
that evening.
of that same
To
day.
that same day. Okay. All right. We just want to be clear now.
Hallelujah.
And when Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, got up that morning or that day and saw this happening, what did he say?
And so all that he did to the people, he said,
He saw Moses, all the people with Moses and surrounding Moses, and every complaint they had coming only to Moses. Jethro said to Moses,
what is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thyself alone?
why are you sitting alone?
And all the people stand by thee from morning until evening.
And all the people stand by you again, evening to morning.
No, morning until evening.
All right.
And Moses said unto his father-in-law, because the people come unto me to inquire of Elohim.
I do this because the people, they come to me. They come to me. And this is what I do. They come to inquire of me. This is what I do.
And when they have a matter, they come unto me.
Whenever something wrong, they come to me.
And I judge between one and another.
Mm-hmm.
And I do make them know the statutes of Elohim and his laws. And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, the thing that thou doest, is it not good?
And Moses' father-in-law said, man, and Moses said, I see nothing wrong with this. This is what I was called to do. This is the position I'm in. But Moses' father-in-law with wisdom, speaking with wisdom, he said, the thing I see you doing, trying to do this and handle all this by yourself, this ain't good.
That thou will surely wear away,
You will surely wear away.
both thou and this people.
And when you gone, since you the glue that's holding this together, when you gone, there's not another strong leader here to step in and take your place. So when you wear away and go away, these people will scatter and will be driven away.
For this thing
This
is
is not good.
too heavy for thee.
For this thing is too heavy.
Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone.
I don't care how viral you are, how aged you are, you in the prime and strength of your life, and you feel you can handle everything. This is not good. Try to run all this by yourself, on your own, where everything comes and falls upon you. This principle not only is here in judgment, but this principle is in the house. Now, if you are single, then of course you run everything, but you don't have that much to worry about. But you in the house where there's 5, 6 other people, some delegation need to be going on. You got this, you got that, you got this, huh? My mama told us growing up, I get out of here and go to work. You gonna work. Now when I come home, I don't want to see no dishes in the sink. I don't want to see no garbage overflowing. I want the bathroom, and we all have something delegated to us. I want that room cleaned up. Because like I said, it is not, unless you want me to wear away, it is not for me to go out and work, then come in here, cook, then after I cook, come do this, then after I do that, come do this, then after, and y'all just chilling. And now I'm down, I'm tired, I can't keep my eyes open. I wear away. Then what happens to y'all? Because again, You've been so used to me doing everything, and I've seen it with them. They got so used to one person doing everything, and when that one person was off the scene, nobody knew what to do. Because they said, well, Mama always did that. Daddy always did that. So-and-so always did that. Uh-oh. Don't want me to go. I think some folks in here want me to go to something else. They don't know this part of return. Because this is talking about who we are, the people. Again, I go back to Solomon. He put people in places. There was delegation. So, in essence, there was organization and delegation. Did y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
That's another one of them slogans. I missed the one last week. I got to try to see if I cover it. There was organization and delegation.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
That made Solomon's kingdom excel far beyond even what a queen had seen in her lifetime. There was structure. There was structure.
I have one right here.
There was structure. So like I said, when she went to work, she had order. She said when she went to work, she said, nobody in this house. Nobody in this house. Your little friends, stay home. Better not be nobody in my house. Then we got up, summertime, all the brothers, if it called for it, you get that more out. Huh? My sister, she in the kitchen, bathroom, me, room, clean it up, or whatever they had told me to do. That's why my sister thinks she's my mama today. Because she was there bossing me around, so she still thinks she can boss me around. And she
It was,
it is what it is. I love it. But there was order. And when mom come in, she handle what she had to handle, and everything was cool. Even Pop, everything was cool. He come in, he be chilling. My fondest memories of him, he sitting on steps with his Daily Inquirer paper. Reading the newspaper. Chilling. Chilling. And he deserved it, right? Because I saw him get up every morning and go to work. And to do that, the little bit that we was asked to do, because that's all we was asked to do was just a little bit. Just kept the family, just kept the household functioning in a good manner, like clockwork. Like clockwork. And this is the principles of the Almighty. Because the Almighty will let Moses know that your father-in-law had told you the right thing. He's spoken to you of good wisdom. It's time to get you some help so that you don't sit here and every single thing be on your shoulders. We're going to set up this system of judges. Captains over hundreds, captains over 50s, captains over 10s. And then if it's something they can't handle, then they come to you. But there's a part for everybody to play. All right. I'm done. Time for me to order myself out that door based on some of the looks that's on people's faces. Or out my door. Glad I'm dry. I ain't getting Any comments? No, I just want to speak to that.
Hallelujah.
For all of us. Because like I said, if we eat it, start practicing it, I'm almost assured we're gonna see betterment within our lives. So a lot of people look at other people and they marvel how they have things. Well, like I said, they have things because one, they have organization and delegation. Then they understand that concept of let me help you help yourself. And that's how they have what they have. They'll come here and they'll launch a business, but they'll launch a business in the efforts of bringing somebody else to launch their business. Then he get his off the ground, and then he helped launch another one. My son, we was talking. So he went to the phone store, and the guy was saying, yeah, well, I got to leave in a minute, because I got to go to this store, and I got to go to this store, and I got to go to this store. And we sit around and we be like, man, them areas and all that, they got all these. Well, that's what they do. They come and open up a phone store, a chicken and waffle house, and then he opened up, and then the same person, he opened up a little mark or something like that, and he put people there to work in there, and then he put them in a position to gather themselves, and the next thing you know, they move into another neighborhood, and they done open up their own little phone store. Then they got a little spot right next to it, and now they just duplicate that same process. So, but somebody put them in that position to do so. You see? They say, let me help you help yourself. Any comments? Any comments? Anything said thus far?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Praise God. I just wanted to give thanks and praise all those that came out Sunday and helped to get the sanctuary together. I just want to give thanks and praise to the Most High for all of you. And praise God. Because I like, Moray, like what you were saying. I mean, order and time is essential in everything that we do. But I have no complaints or gripes about order and time when it comes to things that got to get done. Because on the Sabbath day, I work all week. So when Saturday comes, I ain't got nothing to do but to praise y'all on the Shabbat. Do whatever needs to be done on the Shabbat. That's why I praise y'all that I am the steward of this here House of Israel congregation at 8471. And I enjoy myself coming here and doing the things that I do in this class and for this class and for those that belong to this class. And so I give thanks and praise to Yah for all of it. And I have peace in it. So hallelujah.
Hallelujah. To say you are a great because that scripture say when it's in the power of your hand to do, you do it. You are and have been a great asset. Yes, he we do better than that. We do better than that. We can do better than that. And then I want to thank everybody that came last week and lended their hand. Let's clap for them. And then, lastly to this subject, I want to thank, because it takes a certain style, takes a certain time. And if you have it, be appreciative of it, especially if you're in the business of serving. Woman to be able to be with somebody that serves. So you must be able to show appreciation to them as well, and let them know that you appreciate them. Because it's not easy to dwell with a person that serves. I've studied many men, and that's been a stickler. I'll say it because I was able to say it in private. Because so many people years ago, so many people used to often come to me in dissension. They'd be like, you know what? I ain't got time to listen to Moray. They talk about Alicia at that time. You know, I ain't got time to listen to him. He can't tell me nothing. He can't this, he can't that. He ain't got his whole family in here. And my response to him was, number one, if that's what you're basing things on, then you can get off in the wrong shoe. But number two, the Almighty started letting me see, even though it wasn't really no concern of mine whether I listened to him or not, based on that, why he didn't have the conventional family structure that one that gets to sit out in the audience may have. Because this man's life, as the Almighty called it, because I was with him, it was hectic. The service, the life of service, it was hectic. And it can take a toll on that person, and it can take a toll around that person. The clashes that many clashes, there was clashes, like I said, they're not known because it was greatly or not publicized because the way they conducted themselves. But Miss Scott King had many clashes with Mark that her children would tell you about because he was gone. He was always in the service of somebody else. So she clashed with him on many occasions, but she stayed by. Miss Betty Shabazz clashed with Malcolm on many occasions. If you read the memoirs of their children, there were many arguments because the way he was always service for the nation and for the Muslim movement and for the black movement, but stayed with him and stood by him to the day he was gone. But they clashed because that is a hard life. That's a hard way to be married to somebody who's in service. There's rumblings, even though they won't say it. Like I said, people, it's called discretion. But there's rumblings of the many clashes the Obamas had. Because he was in a position of service. That's the reason why police officers have a high rate of divorce. Firefighters, doctors, high-ranking military, when you get all these service type that's demanding. Well, not long, just not long. And yes, you're right, because you know what? Because I talked to a young woman, and she was with her, and this was years ago. Somebody gave me the ability to be able to show this. She came to the job, and she said, you know, she was talking about how her and her husband wasn't getting along and this and that. She was, you know, ready to get a divorce. And she was talking to another man. He was going through things with his wife. And I saw both of them, and I was like, oh, they're getting pretty close. Because they both was in the same boat. But then she talked to me one day, we got a chance to talk. And I said, did y'all just have a baby? She said, yeah, we just had a child. I said, your problem ain't that y'all need a divorce. Problem ain't that y'all hate each other. I said, your problem is you didn't have a child. And now there's more demands in your life. That baby, as it said, that baby has changed everything. Now y'all must figure out how it is because things ain't the same. And by the time I left that job where I got laid off, they was on their second child. And she was as giddy as a young schoolgirl. Because it was rationalization that things had changed and they needed to see something that they did not see. They was just frustrated but they didn't know what the change was. Therefore, they couldn't deal with the change. See? But the change was simple. It was that little bitty, that little extra body. Huh? That now when we were single, we just jump and we just go. Well, now we don't just jump and we don't just go. When we were single, hey, I'm going to play softball with the fellas. Go ahead on. Now, like I said, I learned. You know, basketball my thing. I'm going to play basketball. I'm going to big head guy. I was like, man, can't go. Oh, you get away. And if I do go, gotta pack him up, take him with me. When I'm in the gym, they playing ball, I'm belting him. That's right. Or stay at home. Things change. But if you got somebody, stay in your corner, that's with you, then that's what you want to have. And we don't want to be so quick, all of us, again, and I say this for everybody. So this ain't the time and season to be like that. As the scripture says, let's go to Proverbs. And we only lash out at each other when we don't have this. And that's all of us. Man, yes, I was debating if I was even gonna say something. But man, yesterday, I was doing my job. I just simply told him and trying to keep him out of trouble and harm way. This old man, elder, barely can walk, I'm not trying, man, I'm not making fun of him. He barely walked. I'm able to size him up already. I know he got hip problems, but I've already sized him up. Knee problems, ankle problems. Oh, man. And I said, and they wonder why the young boy like they are. This old man. Because I told him what he could and could not do. He's going to get belligerent with me. You better get out of my face. I'll knock you out. Then I'll knock your black out.
Oh, gee.
Oh, man. And he came, and I'm standing there like, I'm right there around with him. I'm like, you're not really doing this today, are you? He going off on me. What he? I'll knock you. I'll knock you. And everybody, you know, because they done spread all kind of rumors amongst the job. They're like, we just was standing around to see what happened. I'm like, y'all stop that. But you know, he just went off out of this box. And they was like, and you know, the one crowd, he was like, well, I didn't know if y'all was arguing or not. He said, because I saw him, but I just saw you standing there like this, all calm and smiling and everything. So I didn't know y'all was talking about something. I said, yeah. But he going on, I'll knock you in. Then, you know, I just finally saw his foolishness and I said what I need to say and I turned away from him. He proceeded, you lucky. Today your lucky day. And I've been there for 5 minutes in his face. He tell me today my lucky day. I said, yeah, all right. You know. But the scriptures, but just I replayed it and I said to myself, you know, thinking about him, I said, just think if he ran into the wrong kind of person. Or ran into me on a different day where there's a lot of things going through my mind. And I'm frustrated. I got something preoccupied that may be weighing me down. But blessed be God, he give me most of my days where I don't, or when I do able to engage, he give me the ability to do this. And that's Proverbs 25 and 28. And I don't know if one of the elders before years ago, I don't know if she remember this. We was out of town and we was at a conference. And her and her sister, we was standing there with Alicia. And I locked Alicia, she probably don't remember. See, I remember stuff. I locked Alicia's key in his apartment, in his hotel room where he couldn't get in. So he had to call the service desk. And boy, he started going off on me. And they were standing there, her and her sister, they were standing there. Alicia, leave that boy alone. And he was just going on, what you doing? What you doing? What was you thinking about? He just going on. You weren't thinking, wait a minute, Alicia, leave him alone. Leave that boy. And he just going on. I just stood there. I was just standing there looking at him. But from that day on, he started looking at me. From that time, see, a lot of people don't see, they don't know. He started looking from that day, he started looking because he was like, wait a minute. Because I never, well, man, look, I ain't had to, we didn't get all that. I just couldn't. And they was, they were like, leave that boy alone. I just, 25 and 28.
Proverbs chapter 25, verse 28. He that have no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls.
If we don't put ourselves in check, huh? And how's a city that's broken down and without walls?
Okay.
So even when things ain't going your way, you gotta try to put on that best poker face. Take a deep breath. All right, they ain't moving how I want to move. I probably know. But lashing out, because nowadays lashing out ain't too safe of a place to be in with nobody. And what sometimes they say, you ain't saying like my mother. She get hot. She a blood boil. He won't say nothing to me. I get it from my father. My father was like that. See, argue with him, my father be like, I remember, I used to see, he just be looking at TV, and boy, she just go in she had to go in the other room to slam the door. He still never changed. He be sitting there, I said, goodness, is he alive or what? He ain't hear all that. He just chilling. I said, man. But I can count on my hands the time I saw him back and forth back. He just take it. He just take it. And like they say, it's required when you gotta watch. But the one thing about it though is this: when he moved, he moved, and you didn't know he was gonna move. But we have to grab. But like I said, it could have been the wrong there, definitely the wrong person. He could have been saying, "I'm gonna knock," and before he got knocked you out, bow. And we want to rule. We have to master this. Because he has his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls, meaning without defense. And that's not only like an open city, everybody can come in. I see what makes it for. I see what get her go. I'm gonna try it. I see what get to her. I'm gonna do it. Then somebody else see it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. That's why the brother like, man, they didn't know. That's why I was stood there. You know, sir, you don't want it. Sir, please. Sir, just get back in there. I'm gonna leave you alone now, okay? Your lucky day. All right. Your lucky day. That's what I know. Your lucky day. But I ain't turn. No, what you mean my lucky day?
Right, you had to go.
No. 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 Now, if you come Monday, I know because it got reported. See, other people took up the call because a lot of people saw it. So other people took up the call. So now he gonna have to deal with it wasn't even about me. He gonna have to deal with something else. But we have to learn to rule our spirits.
Yeah.
Because people getting hurt out here
Yes, sir.
for lack of doing so.
No, it's stated that when those people sent those cards to the judge's house, said some nasty things, and then out front of his house.
Could have changed the whole dynamic.
I mean, before she went there,
We never know.
That second day,
We never know what was on his mind. It might have been on his mind to say, well, I'll be a little in. But now you want to just I don't think but we never know.
No, but they were wrong for doing it.
So I just counsel the lashing out. The lashing out instead of the hashing out. Just an episode. Let's talk about it. Let's figure it out. Like I said, so my brother last week, I said, well, at the rate I'm going, I won't be getting no plates on the Sabbath day. Anyway. I have to deal with it.
They say that a couple of weeks ago, though.
Yeah, I won't be getting no.
Don't look like you lost the meal.
I don't live up forever.
That's true. Right. You got some of that.
Any comments? Moving on from that.
I enjoyed the first half thus far. And then my comment is, I had the delight of caring for, I've always been delighted to care for my grandmother. And I guess I enjoy doing it more because she's done so much for me and mine and still continue to do so much for me and mine. But she had a major surgery a few days ago. And my grandma's so funny. She pulled those old school, I call it the old school game, where she trying to get you with a blinder. And sometimes she gives me and sometimes she don't. But she, her appointment was at 1. And she really wanted me to just go to work. She's like, look, you got that card, you got a bill you got to pay, you know. I don't want you to put it all on me. Go to work. I'll be okay. Come see me afterwards. And I said, Grandma, no, I'll be there. You know, so eventually I said, okay, Grandma. But I knew I was going to be there. So what she did was, I said, Grandma, what time is your surgery? She said, well, they said I got to be there at 1. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, do that mean that she has to be there at 1, or is she telling me surgery started at 1? And so my sister and I, we get there in about 15 minutes till 1, and my grandfather. And she already, she didn't have surgery yet, but she's already dressed, and we get there maybe 7 minutes before surgery started. And I said, Grandma, I thought you said surgery started at 1. She said, well, they called me at 10 and asked me where I was at. I'm thinking, Grandma, why you ain't called me? You know, I wanted to be there, but praise y'all made a way, and we was there anyway. And so while she in surgery, before she leaves, she's still trying to get rid of me. Grandma, I'll be here. It's going to be a 5-hour surgery. Grandma, I'm not going nowhere. I'll be right here. And I always tease her, I'm going to be your worst nightmare when you wake up, you know, because I'll be the one making sure that she's doing what she's supposed to do, because you're hard-headed. And so, but fast forward, the surgery was successful, you know, yesterday. And so, she's being cared for, and I'll be visiting her and continuing to care for her. But I stayed with her the whole 2 nights, took off. You know, it's nothing to me, because at the end of the day, you my grandma, you come first. I'm not worried about this job, but I want, you know, if something was to go wrong, I at least want to say, hey, I just spent as much time with my grandma as possible. I've been there, and I delight in doing it. And so, the funny part of my grandma, she's so hard-headed. She wasn't supposed to get out of me. Mind you, I sleep light. Now, the first time I called her, I just called the tail end. She had to use a portable pot, little portable commode. She done already hopped her foot out the bed. It wasn't supposed to be, because she had a kidney removed. So she done got onto the toilet, and she's moving. They don't want her to move the ass. And the way she keeps getting out the bed, she's moving those muscles. And so I said, okay, Grandma. So I told her, and she was like, what I tell her? So I told the nurse, I said, look, I called her at the end, you know, and my sister was there with me, and she always said, oh, well, I was up all night. I never get any sleep. So I'm like, okay, you take third shift, because I know I don't do good third shift. I take first. I had grandma first, second, and third shift. She's over here being sleepy with beauty. But it's my grandma. So I'm delighted and I enjoy doing this. And so the second time she did it, I told her again, I said, look, we need to put an alarm on the bed. Grandma, they don't put the little rail up and everything in the market. Grandma put the rail down, didn't care about the alarm, still went to that commode. And I'm like, Grandma is just gonna be Grandma, but it's just, for me, it's funny, but it's also lessons to be learned, because I know how she is. So I told the family, my father, my niece, and my little sister that they're caring for her now while I'm here, watch her. Do not leave her by herself, because the moment you leave her by herself, she's gonna do whatever she wants to do, you know. please keep an eye on her. And so I did. I haven't checked in today, but I told her, she knew today is my Sabbath. And I said, Grandma, I love you. I said, but it's my Sabbath. I'll be in class for Sabbath. And I got home yesterday before evening shower, made sure I was prepared and ready for class. But I respect that she loved that too. And she's not where you choosing the Sabbath over me and blah blah blah. She's really standing as far as that part of my life. And so I just want to say hallelujah for that. For Yahweh just keeping her, protecting her. I also wanted to give praise to praise and thanks to y'all, but also for my kids because they had cast my little nephew and my other nephew for 2 days. And my husband works like 10 to 12 hour shifts. So they've been home practically all day. I can't leave the hospital because I'm taking care of grandma. They've been home taking care of a baby. We had a baby in my house. My son got to be 11. We ain't had a baby in our house. This is it. And for them to do it by themselves. I came home yesterday. My house was clean. Kids clean, fed. Nothing was out of order. And it just felt good because I just knew when I came home I was about to beat somebody down. But I came home, everything was peaceful. Kids was okay. The oldest two really did a phenomenal job just making sure the house stayed under control. My husband wasn't stressed out. He wasn't texting me saying, look, these kids doing this, that, and the third. Everything just flowed smoothly, and it just felt so good to have the house of peace and to know that while I'm away taking care of my grandma, they got my back, in the household. So I really had to give them their thanks for that and give my praise to y'all for that. And then, another, also, I got a lot of comments. I've been making anxious. I got 2 more and I'm done. Another thing with the surgery part, my sister, I'm working on her and I play like class and things like that. And she's understanding, maybe one day I can get her to get in here and get over her little, whatever her situation is. But when we had got there, they said no one knew that only one person could stay. They never said nothing. The whole 5 hours we were there, nobody said, well, only one person is spend the night, that they waited till she was out of surgery, went for 2-3 hours with the little post-op, whatever it is, and then as we were going to the room to say, okay, only one person can stay. And so I told my sister, controlling the spirit, I said, niece, I waited till we walk away. I just said, okay. And I waited till we walk away. I said, niece, I said, only time will tell. I said, let's see what does finish out. And so we went, we sat down, we eat on our little snacks that we had brought while we waiting for my grandmother to get her room. And so the lady that told us only one of us could stay, she said, okay, her room is available and told us where to go. When we get to her room, it's the little lounge chair, and then there's a little chair for you to sit in. And I said, okay, I see there's 2 chairs in here. I said, we can make this work. I got my neck pillow. We supposed to be taking shifts anyway. So I thought one of us can sleep in the chair, one can sleep in the lounge, And so she's still worried now. I'll just go home, blah, blah, blah. But what I'm saying is, I'm the driver. I have to leave to take you home. So I'm steps ahead of her. And so I didn't say anything. I just said, okay, well, we'll see how this over again. But, we'll see what time says. And so the first nurse that came in, she said, oh, it's 2 of you. She said, well, we only have 1 lounge chair. She said, well, there's any way for you to get another lounge chair? She said, well, up here, you left that you got. Well, she said, you lucky that you got that one. And when she left, I said, niece, only time will tell. We're going to see what does says, yeah. And the next nurse that came in, she said, oh, there's 2 of you. She said, I'm going to go get you a lounge chair. I said, I told you, we're going to see what does says, yeah. I said, I bet you she's going to come back with a lounge chair. And praise God, she did. So we both in there with a lounge chair. We walk past everybody else room. They sitting on whoever they're visiting or something like that, commode, or they would have had to do what we would have had to do. One in the chair, one in the lounge chair. So I had to give y'all his praise, but also for the message to my sister if she called it, And so, and then my last thing, as of yesterday, my government name is completely done. And I told my grandma, I said, well, grandma, I said, I've lived in your name for 36 years. It is time for me to live in the name that I was given, the name that was chosen for me. I said, I love you. There's nothing against you. But I knew when I was a child, I never liked that name. Never, ever. I've always hated it, and it never felt like me. And when I was given it, I didn't tell her all that. I told my sister that part. But when it was given, when my name was given to me, I loved it ever since. And so I just told her, you know, this is it's my time to be in a different life, you know. And so she's more accepting of it, and she's even trying to call me by my new name. She halfway there, you know, but I give thanks that it's finally done, and I can continue on with this journey that Yahweh has me on. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Let's turn to Ecclesiastes. First, third chapter. First verse.
Ecclesiastes 3.
Yes. I have a question from someone that I have not answered in 3 weeks. I'll probably sitting there saying, that's me. That's me. Deep question. I actually forgot. That's burnt deep.
Oh, yeah.
Burnt.
Sweating.
Chapter 3, start at verse 1. Or read verse 1.
Hallelujah. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season.
Everything, and this is one of our favorites, everything has a season.
And a time to every purpose under the heaven.
And everything has a time.
A
So
time.
everything, that's good, just that singular verse. Everything has a season, and everything have a time. Now let's go to Isaiah. Or Isaiah.
Which
56. It's good to see everybody in unison, moving as one. It reminds me of a favorite line on the song that I like. Move as a team, never move alone.
Hallelujah.
Isaiah 56 and 1.
Hallelujah. Thus said Yahweh,
Thus said Yah,
keep ye judgment.
I want you to keep judgment. Who we want to keep judgment? Right here.
Israel.
That's right. Keep what?
And do justice.
And do justice.
For salvation is near to come.
For my salvation is near to come.
And my righteousness
And my righteousness
to be revealed.
is to be revealed. But then he says,
Blessed is the man that doeth this.
but blessed is the man that does this. See, he opens up and says, keep ye judgment, and you keep justice. And in particularly, this edict is to Israel. I want you to keep judgment. I want you to keep justice for my salvation. And you know what my salvation looked like. You know what my salvation is. You know what my righteousness look like. You're supposed to know what my righteousness is. And that's why he said he's telling Israel to keep judgment and justice Then he says, and also blessed is the what?
The man
Now blessed is everybody else. Blessed is the man
that doeth this,
that also does this.
and the Son of Man
And also the Son of Man
that lay a hold on it,
who lay a hold on that as well.
that keep the Sabbath from polluting it, and keepeth his hand from doing any evil.
Yes.
Neither let the son of the stranger that have joined himself to Yahweh speak, saying, Yahweh hath utterly separated me from his people. Neither let the eunuch say, Behold, I am a dry tree. But
So now don't let the son of the stranger who have joined himself to the Most High think that he don't have a way to the Most High, that he can't get to him. He's cut off. And don't let the eunuch who's seeking the Almighty, who's really seeking him, don't let him think that he's cut off. For thus saith Yah,
unto the eunuch that keep my Sabbath, and choose the things that please me,
yes,
and take hold of my covenant, even unto them will I give in my house, and within my walls, a place and a name, better than of the sons and of daughters. I will give them an everlasting name.
They're going to be able to have a chance for an everlasting name.
That shall not be cut off.
That won't be cut off.
All the sons of the stranger that join themselves to Yahweh to serve him.
To serve Yah.
And to love the name of Yahweh.
To love the name of Yah.
To be his servant.
To become Yah's servant.
Everyone that keepeth the Sabbath from polluting it. And taking hold of my covenant.
And taking hold of Yah's covenant.
Even them will I bring to my holy mountain.
Place.
In Jerusalem.
In his what?
In his holy mountain.
In his holy mountain. This is where they get that name. That's better than the name of sons and daughters.
Hallelujah.
This is where they'll be in the walls and in the house. When it's time that everybody is gone to that holy what? Mountain. Even them will I bring to my holy mountain and make them joyful in my house of prayer. And it's there their burnt offerings and there their sacrifices shall be accepted upon my altar, for it's there upon my holy mountain that my house shall be called a house of prayer for all people. But he said that's at his holy mountain.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
That's there.
Yes, sir.
Now we need to know where that holy mountain is. Hold this page and go to the book of Psalms. If we need to know where the holy mountain is at. Hold this page and let's go to the book of Psalms. Psalms 132.
Psalm 132.
Verse 13.
Hallelujah. For Yahweh have chosen Zion.
Zion.
He has desired it for his habitation.
It's where he has desired for his habitation. This is where he has put his stamp at. This is where his holy house is. This is where his house of prayer will be at. This is his habitation. He has desired and chosen Zion, saying,
This is my rest forever. Here will I dwell, for I have desired it. I will abundantly bless her provision. I will satisfy her poor with bread. I will also clothe her priests with salvation, and her saints shall shout aloud with joy.
Yeah.
There will I make the horn of David to bud. I have ordained a lamp for my anointed. His enemies will I clothe with shame, but upon himself shall his crown flourish.
Hallelujah.
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 Now let's go back to Isaiah 56. So it's Mount Zion where he was dwell. That's his habitation. That's the holy mountain. Zion. That's the place where it be called a house of prayer for all people. Back in Isaiah 56,
Hallelujah.
read that 7th verse again.
Even them will I bring to my holy mountain.
Who is them? They're units.
That's
That son of
right.
a stranger that has joined himself to Yah. Didn't say join himself to Israel. Join himself to Yah.
Hallelujah.
The blessed is the man that knows judgment and justice and have taken hold on it. True judgment and justice. That's who can come to this house. Go ahead.
And make them, even them will I bring to my holy mountain, and make them joyful in my house of prayer. Their burnt offerings and their sacrifices shall be accepted upon my altar.
And they can be joyful because the Almighty people is joyful.
Hallelujah.
As he just read in 31, 32, he said, the priest will be clothed with salvation. And they will sing aloud with joy. They can be, so everybody else can be joyful. Because things are restored to the Almighty people.
Hallelujah.
Restoration has come in fullness to the Almighty people.
Hallelujah.
So there's room for others to latch on. Because the people are right.
Hallelujah.
And that's why the Almighty is going to repeat it right here as we go to the 8th verse. Yahweh, which gathered the what?
The outcast of Israel.
The outcast. Them that was cast out. That's you and me. That's the seed that was cast out. Yah will gather the outcasts of Israel. Who gathered the outcasts of Israel. Says, yet will I gather others to him.
Hallelujah.
Besides those that are gathered unto him. But the Almighty said, right now though. Right now, what's the state? He said, right now, that's not the state. Right now, the state of the people are, all ye beasts of the field come to devour. Yea, all ye beasts of the forest, you're devouring. Right now, they're devoured. The state of being, the condition of being, the time we're living in, there's time and season. That's why we open up with Ecclesiastes. Yes, we're in the season of being still devoured.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
We have not, our priests have not been clothed with salvation.
All right.
We don't even know who they are.
That's right. That's right.
They can't sing aloud for joy.
Okay.
They have not much to be joyous about. It has not been given to us. We still in the stage of devourment by the beast. That's why a woman who they had nothing to prove, no evidence of the charge they found her guilty of, but no evidence, but yet she can still be dragged away and taken to jail because the lack of justice and judgment. So we're not there. We're every beast of the forest devouring us. We're still here. Verse 10.
His watchmen are blind.
Our watchmen are blind.
They are all ignorant.
They still are watchmen. Because our watchmen are still telling us to trust in folks who's showing they're not to be trusted in.
All right.
Our watchmen are blind. Well, you gotta get rid of that judge. And we'll put this judge in. He'll do a lot better job for us. Well, one judge sat down and take his place. And he still upheld what the judge that sat down puts forth. But our watchmen are blind. We're blinded to this. I know some do, and if they do, they do. But I don't, because I trust and I believe in the word of the Almighty. Why am I going to waste my time in sitting this son down so he can put that son in, and they still his sons, and he going to treat me the same way that son treated me?
Right.
And essentially, that's what voting for these people to be over you, that's what it equates to. None of them. And I don't care what initial they put behind it. Have your interest. They have not had it for over 200 and some odd years. Our fathers started out with the Republican Party once they earned the right to vote. Ask your family if you have many of the old heads. They were not members of the Democratic Party. Matter of fact, the Democratic Party was called the Dixiecrat Party.
Right. Yes, sir.
Our forefathers started off with the Republican Party.
Yes, sir.
It is not until around the 50s and 60s, with the change and us becoming an industrial society of people and moving northward, that the Democrats started to sway us into the Democratic Party. But that did not even alleviate our oppression, as the Creator said it would not, because He had promised us that it would not. But our watchmen, they're blinded. They can't tell our people. So this is still that. I've been listening to radio all week long, TV all week long, and they still can't tell our people. Huh? Still can't tell our people. They come out of court huffing and puffing. Saw one watchman come out, he's just, I said, somebody better help him. He's just shaking. The day they sentenced, he just shaking. I said, man, he had an anxiety attack or something. But they blind. Creator said they all what?
Are all ignorant.
I'm not saying these things. This is Yahweh word. It said they're all ignorant.
They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving a slumber.
The intruder coming up and coming in to your property, and they're like a lazy dog. They just laying there. Want to get in? I'm trying to get in too. Go. Or they can't see. They all laying down, loving to slumber. And let me show you why they laying down and what they laying down and loving to slumber and what they can't see. Because you can only see these things and tell this truth. They can't see the truth. You can only do that if you're with the Almighty Yah.
Hallelujah.
And you accept what He says.
Hallelujah.
Look at what Yah said in the book of Deuteronomy. See, we're going to get a glimpse. The word of the Almighty going to come to pass. It's going to accomplish everything He has set it out to accomplish. Go to Deuteronomy. And we've read this over and over. 32
Yes, sir.
and 31.
Hallelujah. Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 31.
Start at 30 and
Verse
30 to
30.
31. down to 34. Read 30 down to 34.
How should one chase 1,000 and two put 10,000 to flight, except their rock had sold them?
That we have to keep on reading this. How are we even in the predicament of being under somebody else? See, people that don't know that they want a segment. They want to stop. This is not. This 2019 has everything to do with 1619. I'm not talking about the set year release, but I'm talking about going back to your whole flight and even beyond then. Your whole flight. Why and how are you even? Does history make you sit down and wonder why you're even here going through this?
All right? Consider.
For the many things you can go and be a historian about and talk about how you can trace this and trace that and trace this and trace that, and that's good. But tell me, sit down and tell me with all your knowledge, why are people here and doing what they've been doing this long? Why are they even here? And say everything got a root. What is the very root? And there's only one answer. And that's what the Creator said. Will they ask the question, how did one chase 1,000? Two put 10,000 to flight. That's why we taught a class weeks ago, months ago. And I want y'all to understand that because they'll try to even show you things that discredit them loincloths that you always see the slave wear. That's not what they caught him in. That's what they put on him after they caught him.
That's right.
After they stripped him of his robes that he had and his clothing that he had on.
That's right.
After they threw lime and stuff on him, got him in it, then they just wrapped him with a little loincloth.
Right.
They took away from him what he had on. Royal and regal clothing and robes.
Yes, sir.
They always want to just show you that picture like this, how they got you. No, that's not how they received you. That's what they did after they got their hands on you. You had a certain look. In other words, you were high. Even though you were already in the midst of right, you were still high. And that's what he's saying. And it was plenteous of you. How can one come in there and subdue you? How could the inferior overtake the superior? That's what he's asking. Huh?
All right.
I say it again. How the rats gonna drive you out of your home?
Bless you, love.
Lest you let them.
Anything gonna run you out of your home.
Then the Creator says in verse 31.
For their rock is not as our rock.
Here was part of your problem. Their rock is not your rock. So you started praying to their rock.
Yes, sir.
You started praying to their rock.
Yes, sir.
You started putting faith and trust in their rock.
Yes, sir.
And their rock was not and have never been your rock. Not here to talk about nobody. But I know the shock value of why it hit in such a manner that it hit. Because they fully went down believing in what they had dedicated themselves to.
Yes.
And they had prayed that night and had vigils that night
Yes.
and had held strong prayers All of them together, minister after minister, even herself, and they did what most Christians do. They declared it in the blood of JC that they was gonna walk. She was gonna walk free. Now I'm not trying to. I know my people might get mad if they hear this, but I got to tell you and have you. But I know what they declared victory in the name of JC. And that judge came.
Well, they said he did. He on the
He
radio
believed in
show.
JC too. Because I heard him talking the next day. He said, and I heard him talking. See what they say. You just gotta listen. He said, well, I believe I like the young lady because she's a God-fearing young lady. She's this and that, and she got God about. And look, she can do some great work if she just accept what's wrong or what she did wrong and help people find God. Help people find your God. Make people more docile so you can have control over and keep control over. Put people in their place so they know their place in your system. That's what you want her to do. Submit and make others submit. Like you've been doing for these years. Like you did with all slaves. Let's make him submit, reintroduce him back into the population with people, and make them submit. That's how this works.
Yes, sir.
And then he good. But the Creator said, that's some of your root cause. For their rock is not your rock.
Even our enemies,
And then he said, even our enemies themselves
being judges.
and we allow them to still be judges over it, and they done showed us.
Thank you.
And the Almighty has let them be shown. Like they said, how do you let a man with every shred of evidence who was a rapist, you let him go? And a person you can't prove one thing against, you sentence them to death. But I guess that's the Christian way.
Gotta be.
That's the Christian way.
Gotta be.
Oh, yeah.
Because supposedly in the New Testament, don't it say that how they give them a chance to free them? And they pick the criminal. They say, give us Barabbas. Give us Barabbas, who's supposed to be a criminal.
That's right.
And this man's supposed to be innocent. And they sentence him to death.
That's
Well, I guess that's the criminal
way.
So I guess that's the Christian way.
Yes, sir. 100% correct.
And they down there making $100 million a week.
The Creator says, even our enemies themselves being judged. We go down there. That's the worst place for us to be. That's why even in captivity, the Almighty has given us instructions to try to keep us from being there. Because he knows that's the worst, and that's for the worst of us. If you're not that bad, try to keep your head out of it. He said that's the worst place, and so that's the worst of y'all. That's where y'all need to be. You need to be down there amongst your enemies, let them judge you. But if you're not trying to be in that, stay in good graces. Do what I've instructed you to do. Because when you get down there with them, step, I'll be your rock.
All right.
Step, I'll be your salvation.
Hallelujah.
Step, I'll be your savior.
Yes, sir.
Step, I'll walk down there with you, and you found favor with me,
Yes,
and
sir.
honor with me, and I'm able to change the hearts and change the minds and keep them off of your back and let them free you.
Thank you.
All right. Hallelujah. Yes, sir.
You in the teeth and the claws of this beast.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
And y'all have mercy on me.
Hallelujah.
For their vine is the vine of Sodom. He said, I could have sent her upstate. That's what he said. I could have sent the federal prison. They interviewed him, the first that they interviewed him yesterday. Still saying he did nothing wrong. He said, I could have sent her upstate. I'm lenient. I'm merciful.
I liked her. What
You merciful that you put in jail, but you don't have no reason to put in jail. But you merciful. Their fields are of Gomorrah, their grapes the cluster of gall.
Mhm.
Their clusters are bitter. Their wine is the poison of dragons and cruel venom of asps. But the Almighty, here's what I want us to see. Verse 34. He said, but you won't be able to understand this. You won't know this. You won't see this if you do not follow the mighty God and regard him. Because this is a secret from them that don't know Yah. He said, is not this truth laid up in store with me?
All right.
And is sealed among my treasures.
Hallelujah.
It's sealed amongst them who
Yes.
study this
Yes.
Torah, who study this Tanakh, who believe in the word of Yah. These secrets are sealed amongst them. And that's the only why they can make head and shoulders of what's going on out here.
Yes, sir. That's right, Mo, right? That's right. Yeah.
Because I've allowed them to glimpse and see the secret thing. But if you pray into something that infuriates me, if you pray into something that moves me to jealousy, if you pray into something that angers me, that made me put you where you are today in the first place, I'm not going to show you nothing.
All right.
So you will talk about voting for another
Yeah, it will.
man who talk about he hung out with bigots and segregationists. This thing is sealed.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Mo, right? Go ahead.
It's sealed. You can't see that you're being devoured and why you're being devoured. Let's go back to Isaiah.
Hallelujah.
That's why he said it back in Isaiah 56:10.
His watchmen are blind.
That is watchmen, they blind. They haven't read Deuteronomy 32.
All right.
They can't see what he's talking about.
Hallelujah.
The book is delivered to them, and Isaiah is delivered to them, and the one that says, I cannot read. It's sealed. They're ignorant.
They are all dumb dogs.
They're dumb.
They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving the slumber. Yea, they are greedy dogs,
And they always want.
which can never have enough. And they are shepherds that cannot understand.
They cannot understand.
They all look to their own way, every one for his gain, from his quarter. Come ye, say they, I will fetch one, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink. And tomorrow shall be as this day, and much more abundant.
Regular little brother called and he said, man, he said, I ain't talking about the sister. He said, but he said, I was in trouble. Young thug like me, I was in trouble. He said, where was all this when I was in trouble?
I heard him say.
Rub for a little fella.
Oh, they get
Say
mad.
well,
He said, yeah, now it's high profile. Now y'all want to. He said, but where was the cries out when I was in trouble? And I called out. I called out. Nobody rallied for me.
They said, who can get away with 6 months and don't have to do 30 days? You'll go out, you don't do no time.
But we
They're mad about that.
time. Not where there's a house of prayer for all people. But we're in a time where we're being devoured.
Sure, yes, sir.
We're in a time where we ourselves, remember how he opened up. He said, keep ye judgment.
Yes, sir.
But we don't know judgment. And keep ye justice and do justice. We're not doing it.
All right.
Therefore, nobody else knows it.
That's true.
this is pertaining to, wondering why we're teaching this. This is pertaining to a question that's been asked long before I started teaching, been asked since I've been teaching. And that is about letting others than Israel come into the classes, Bible
All right.
classes,
Yes, sir.
because they desire to do so. And I like that they desire to do so, but this is not the time for them to do so.
Hallelujah.
That's why I went to Isaiah. This is not the time.
Mhm.
It is not that they cannot have the word of the Almighty. It is not that they cut off. That's why we say that about the unit. Don't let him say he cut off, because I'll bring it to you.
That's right.
But to come here, it's not the time. Because you have a people that themselves
Mhm.
are looking for restoration, that are being gathered. That's why he said, I will gather them to the outcasts of Israel, but they are not even gathered yet. Look at the many problems that they have with even in themselves,
Yes, sir.
even amongst them that call themselves Israel.
All right.
They're breaking up and crashing up, having problems all over the place.
Yes, sir.
Domestic, spiritually, all kinds concepts on law. They not even got it all together.
That's right.
They come into different places week after week that perhaps they working on it together.
Yes, sir.
And while they're working through family issues, they don't need outside influence.
Yes, sir. Hallelujah.
Let me show you the spirit of a couple of our fathers. Go to the book of Deuteronomy 33.
Deuteronomy
Yes,
33.
sir. Don't fret. We're going to get that break at 5.
Hallelujah. Deuteronomy chapter 33.
Uh-huh. No, I'm sorry. And that's my fault. I want Exodus.
All right. Hallelujah.
I want Exodus.
Exodus
33.
33.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting.
Start at verse 15. No, 13. Start at verse 13.
Exodus chapter 33.
This is coming just from where it says, coming from the time of our Exodus out of Egypt. Our flight away from Egypt. Our flight away from what we have been on for a considerable amount of years. And look at what Moses said in his conversation with the Creator, the conversation between the two of them.
Exodus 33, verse 13. Now therefore, I pray thee, if I have found grace in thy sight,
If I found grace in your sight,
show me now thy way, that I may know thee, that I may find grace in thy sight, and consider that this nation is thy people.
and not only for me, but consider this whole nation. Consider that this nation, not the nation, this nation is your people. And he asked him,
And
he
and
said,
said, my presence shall go with thee, and I will give thee rest. And he
and that's what
said
the
unto
Almighty
him,
told Moses. And then Moses said,
if thy presence go not with me,
if you're not going with me,
carry us not up hence.
don't even worry about taking us nowhere else. Just leave us right here and let us waste away. If you're not going to go with us. But if you are going to go with us, go with us. For wherein shall it be known here that me and your people have found grace in your sight? How can it be known? How can somebody tell that me and your people have found grace in your sight? Is it not that thou goest with us? So is it not that first we accept you? Lock, stock, and barrel.
Hallelujah.
We accept your ways. lock, stock, and barrel. We discipline ourselves to know that it's about you and you only, you the lead. That's how they'll know we found grace in your sight. He said, so shall it be that we be what? Verse 16.
Separated.
Separated.
I and thy people
I and our people
from all the people
from all the people.
that are upon the face of the earth.
And in the Masoretic text, it also says distinguished. Distinguished also means to separate. It says distinguish. Make a difference.
Oh God.
That there should be there has to be a difference amongst us and everybody else that can be readily noticed and readily seen, so that somebody can say, hey, there go Israel. We think he is. We think she is. Hold it. You might be. They look. No, they say, there go Israel.
Hallelujah.
That we be distinguished. Not that we didn't have dealings with nations around us, because we know we live in a world, and the world is global. You interact with us. But when it comes to as far as who we are distinguished. When it comes to the fact that you talking about you wrapped in the blood of JC, can you keep that?
All right.
When you eat this, you keep that.
Yes, sir.
When you think like that, you keep that.
Hallelujah.
When you do argue like, you keep that. When you do this, you keep that. I'm distinguished.
Hallelujah.
Well, who are you?
Israel.
I'm Israel.
Hallelujah.
Better ask somebody.
I know.
So that's what he said, that we be distinguished. And we don't know what to be distinguished by Yah. We don't know what that looked like. That's what we come here to find out. We got.
Hallelujah.
Even if I gotta make us mad.
Yes.
Even if I gotta look at long faces.
All right.
Even if I gotta mentally hear y'all cussing me out.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to help you, help yourself, and help me become distinguished in the sight of Yah.
Hallelujah.
So that people can unequivocally say, there go Israel.
Hallelujah.
And we do that with each other. We get to do that with each other.
All right.
Because it's our plight. See, they can empathize, but they don't understand because it's not their plight. We here working out family issues.
All right.
Huh?
Hallelujah.
And when you're working out family issues,
It's a family affair.
you close the door to all outsiders
All right.
and let family work out their issues.
Hallelujah.
You let Uncle Joe cuss out Aunt Sue. You let Aunt Sue crack Uncle Joe in the jaw. You let Cousin Rob. You let him. You talk about him. You let everybody, huh? But you don't let Mr. No Good come in the door and you all that happen.
All right.
That's why sometimes we say, cut that mic,
Yes,
cut
sir.
that camera.
Yes,
I
sir.
learned that from Lee. Cut that. This don't go out.
Hallelujah.
That's why sometimes you take it home. You smile, you grin, and you take that argument back home. Like I used to see my mother and father. They took it back. She smiles, you take it back home. I knew the smile. Oh, wait till we get home. Woo! I'm going upstairs.
Absolutely. Bada bing, bada bing.
That we be distinguished, and we learning. See, we still learning how to return. And part of that learning how to return is to learn how to deal with each other.
Hallelujah.
We easily know how to deal with other people. We easily know how to respect other people. But to learn how to do it amongst ourselves and raise ourselves up. We having so much trouble with that. It comes easy being bred in us and taught to us how to respect them. We talking about ruling, having our own nobles. Isn't that what scripture talking? Have our own nobles. Man, we catch hell ruling over each other. But somebody else role, you respect that.
Right.
That's why you don't have your own jurisdiction, our own code of law. Like you need to have it told us by us, somebody that rule over us. So that's one reason. And then let's go to Nehemiah. And see, and then my people that said this. But I don't think I can't come to a place like that. I don't think that's right. That sounds like reverse racism to me. I said, well, you sound like a racist. I said, well, you know what? I said, you know what? I said, I sure am. See, they can't hurt me no more with that. You a racist. I said, I am. Because everybody I know practice racism, except for us. I said, tell me the root word of the word race. Since you want to use racism. Tell me the root. Don't give me this mumble jumble about what you think. The root word, go to the root word, race. A contest or struggle between one or more parties.
Right.
That's it at its simplistic form.
We've been losing the race.
Because if I tell you, let's go race, that means what? You'll get up, you'll go outside and up.
Toward the end.
Not to run to lose.
Right.
Your mindset is to run to what? Win.
Right.
But that ain't our people mindset.
And you're not looking to help the person that's in the lane next to you.
That's right.
Huh? You're looking to get there first. Right?
Get everybody else there.
That's why I don't back down from that word. Because your first functionality as a people should be to help yourself.
Hallelujah.
That's what everybody else around you is doing.
Yes, they is.
But he won't get on the, you call me a racist. I ain't no racist. I ain't got no time to be no racist. But that's where you're wrong again. I got power. I got the supreme power. He's the one that gives me a new outlook. Having grown up trying to fit in the middle class upbringing. He the one that changed and revolutionized the way I think through this word. Now I want you to see with Nehemiah. And Nehemiah is called the reformist prophet. Because it's during his time, during the time that he was trying to reform Israel and bring her back to her glory. Go to Nehemiah 13.
Hallelujah.
Verse 1.
Nehemiah chapter 13, verse 1. On that day
Now,
they read in the book of Moses.
They read in the Torah, the book of Moses, the Torah.
In the audience of the people.
In the audience of the people.
And therein was found written.
And as they were reading, they came across something real peculiar. And what the Almighty said, you ought to be a what? Peculiar people unto me. Well, they came across something real peculiar in the book of Moses. And what they come across?
It was found there written that the Amorite.
Now the Ammonite.
The Ammonite.
And the what?
Moabite.
Should what?
Not come into the congregation of Elohim forever.
Forever. Forever. This is what he read. they have no place amongst us. But when you read in the Tanakh, it's called the assembly, Kohen. They have no place amongst us. Even though in the reading and the scripture is going to say to their 10th generation, that means exponentially, but it expounds to say even forever. And they read this and said, forever. When Nehemiah read, he said, forever is what I see. Now, watch how he interpreted forever. And watch what he did with forever. We're going to drop down. We're going to drop down to verse 23.
Hallelujah.
You can read about what he did to the guy he chased out and the people that set him up. But we're going to drop down to 23.
In those days,
In those days,
also saw I Jews. I also saw I Hebrews.
yes,
I
his own
also
people.
saw I Yehuda
Mm-hmm.
that had married wives of Ashdod, of Ammon, and of Moab.
They had married wives of who?
Ashdod,
And who else?
of Ammon,
And who else?
and of Moab.
And look. And their children, go
And
ahead.
their children spake, half in the speech of Ashdod,
Mm-hmm.
and could not speak in the Hebrew language.
But they couldn't even speak their own language. But see, we are a funny kind of people. We influenced by everybody else in every way.
Yes, sir.
That's why when you start bringing them in, it's just a safeguard. I guarantee you. You start bringing them in, y'all stop listening to me,
All right.
and y'all start looking at them. Is that right?
Guaranteed.
Because it's embedded in us. He starts shaking his head. Because that goes back to years and years of if they sanction during our flight, if they sanction something.
First church.
Then they come in with their stuff. But this is what I found. Now you stop listening to them already that you listened to. Sitting down. Next thing you know, the whole council of teachers, they look quite a little bit different, a lot different than you. Next thing you know, the family looking different. I ain't saying that nothing about nobody, but the family looking different.
Right. That's right.
He huddled up with her. So I find that good brother now.
All right.
You really out of left field.
Yes, sir.
They come in here. Huh? Because this is what he saw. This is what he saw. When he came back to Jerusalem, because Jerusalem in ruins, he's trying to rebuild it how it used to, what he knew it used to be. And when he got there, he said, man, what is this? He said, I see a lot of children running around of Moab and Ammon. And that ain't the crime in itself, but they can speak the language of their mother. They wasn't talking about they can speak the language of their mother. Meaning these men married these women, and the cultural aspect of who we are, it was lost. It was gone. These kids don't even know their own tongue. And that's part of your culture. They don't even know their own tongue. That's telling me they're losing their cultural aspect. They're losing their identity. And he scorned them for that. He said, so I contended with them. And I cursed them. And I smote them on the cheek. And plucked out their hair. And made them swear by Yah, saying, give not your daughters unto their sons. And take not their daughters unto your sons or yourself. Then he referenced our father, one of our fathers. But did not King Solomon of Israel sin by these things? Yet among nations there was no king like him, who was beloved of his Elohim. And Elohim made him king over all Israel. Nevertheless, even him did outlandish women cause to sin. Now, who was these outlandish women? Go to 1 King. Go to 1 King. 11th chapter.
First Kings, chapter 11. Right for you, Elder. Let me see.
1 King
Yes, sir.
11:1.
Hallelujah. But King Solomon loved many strange women,
The boy was bad now.
together with the daughters of Pharaoh.
Together with the daughter of Pharaoh that you read about, that he took in marriage, he was a boy bad.
Yeah, you thought about something.
Yeah, be choice how boy was bad. But now they outlandish, but at least they were women. We gotta give him thumbs up with that.
Yeah.
He was a lover of women.
Oh, yeah.
And he loved many women. Go ahead. Strange women.
Together with the daughters of Pharaoh.
And who was it?
Women of the Moabites.
Women of the who?
Moabites.
Of the who else?
Of the Ammonites.
Of the who else?
The Edomites.
And the who else?
The Sidonians.
And the who else?
And the Hittites.
That was them outlandish women. Huh? Outlandish women. Well, it's not so much as who you will identify with or who they are. It's the conduct of it. That's what make them. That's the determining factor. Because, like I said, in understanding, this is not even about colorization. Because all these nations are black that you're gonna read about.
Yes, sir.
It is their cultural aspect and their way of living and what they bring to the table. And many of them brought to the table, and you read about it. This is why they was outlandish. Keep going. We want to know. We'll find out the very first reason why they outlandish. Because I know what we're thinking outlandish. But we're gonna find out the very first reason why they outlandish. Keep reading.
Verse 2. Of the nations concerning which Yahweh said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you. But surely they will turn away your heart. They will surely turn away your heart after their deities.
And that was y'all's primary reason, the main reason against marrying outside of Israel. Because those nations did not have the construct, they did not have the cultural base, they did not have what we had that made us a nation. They lived as they lived, served what they served. And that was his number one concern, is once we walked away out of what we knew, we would go and live and adopt their way. This could have been Grecian. He would have been against it because he knew we would have accepted the Greek culture like we did when the Grecians came amongst us. This could have been the Romans. He was against it because he knew we would have got Romanized like we did. This could have been the Assyrians. He knew we would accept Assyrian gods like we did. Babylon like we did. He's talking about what we would lose that make us who we are. And the very first thing that we lose, that when we lose it, it's just a downhill fall. Downhill fall after that is when we lose touch of him, because that's who make us Israel. That's why we read about Moses. distinguish us if your presence go with us. The only way it'll be known is that you distinguish us, and that's how we walk with you. None of this distinguishes me and really lets you know who I am. Because you see people dressed like this every day. This, the life, that don't distinguish. What starts distinguishing me is when I primarily tell you about whom you should serve, what you should do, how this should happen. Should you do that? Should you do this? And that's what sets people, because that's what makes people, oh, I can do that. Oh, no. See, we don't have to worry about that in church because that's what Paul wrote. Paul wrote a letter saying, don't be distinct. Don't worry about all that. There's no difference between Jew and Gentile, bond or free. Don't worry about distinguishing yourself. This was his whole message. Everybody be one in Christ. Our whole identity is wrapped up in the Most High. Everything out that side of that is outlandish. Keep going. And these were the outlandish women.
Question before I go forward on verse 5.
That's why even some of our continental African brothers and sisters, we won't be careful. We don't mess with them. Not taking their hand. Because they look like they're not Israel. Don't matter. What we won't know about is how they're ready to live. How do they live? Question before I move on.
In verse 5 all the way to 7. These are not women's names.
Well, we hadn't got there
These are
yet.
the names of the deity.
We hadn't got there yet.
All right, I was just all right.
Yeah, these are names of their
I
deities.
just wanted to make sure.
And like I said, this is what made them outlandish. But we stopped at verse 3.
Yes,
Keep going.
Hallelujah. And he said, and he had 700 wives, princes, 700 wives, princesses,
300 concubines.
and 300 concubines. And his wives turned away his heart.
See, that's what Nehemiah was referencing. He said, these outlandish women turned his heart away. All these women that he messed with, who wasn't converts, who didn't even attempt to follow the Creator, his Creator. This what got him in trouble. This what messed him up. Not simply outlandish because they just showed him a lot of thigh or something like that. They outlandish because these women never one day in their life regarded changing and serving Yah. And they were all around it. And you're going to see what they did.
Some outlandish stuff.
You're going to see what they did.
For it came to pass.
For it came to pass.
When Solomon was old.
That when he was old.
That his wives turned away his heart.
Because you ain't young forever.
The deity.
Don't have the energy of a young man, the strength of a young man forever. Because you'll see what a young man did when he came to the throne after Solomon. Everything they set up, that young man came and tore it all down. But Solomon now, he old. He old Mac Daddy. He just trying to, keep peace. Maintain. He ain't got time to chase them girls around. 700, 300. He ain't got time to be chasing all that around no more. Huh? So, 5 minutes, he like, they like, give him some milk, give him some warm milk, let him get 5 minutes, he'll be sleeping. That's how they think. That's how they talking. Hey, that's how they think. Let's go. When he was old, that's why I put that there. When he was old, that his wives turned his heart after idols. And his heart was not perfect with Yah like it had been, and like the heart of his father David always. For Solomon went after the deity, the female idol of the Zidonians. Isn't that one of the women he married?
Yes.
After the deity of the Ammonites. Isn't that one of the women that he married?
Yes.
So he went after, and Solomon did evil in the sight of Yah, and went not fully after Yah, as David his father. Then did Solomon build a high place for the deity of the Moabites. Isn't that one of the women he married?
Yes.
In the hill before Jerusalem, for the deity of the abomination of the children of who?
Amen.
He let all, in his latter days, he let all this outland. This was outland. This is outlandish in the sight of the Almighty.
Yes, sir.
All these things being erected to another God, that's outlandish.
Yes, sir.
That's outlandish. That's why you gotta be careful.
All right.
If you don't know the heart,
Yeah.
and she can love you, but she might love her deity too.
All right.
And got him set in a secret place in your house. Let's go back to Nehemiah.
Hallelujah.
And that's why he scorned them. And now that reason why the Almighty also didn't want them Moabites and Ammonites come in. That's why we got to go back here. Go back to 13. Because it's just not that Yah didn't like how they looked, or they was this, they was that. Yah is very specific. Look at verse 2. He had a reason why he didn't want them to come in 12. Look at verse.
Nehemiah chapter 13, verse
Mhm.
2.
He don't want the Ammonite, the Moabite to come in the congregation forever. Verse 2, why?
Because they met not the children of Israel with bread
They didn't meet you with bread
and with water,
and with water,
but they hired Balaam against them, that should curse them.
but they hired a man to come out and curse you.
Howbeit our Elohim turned the curse into a blessing.
Now, this is where I draw on
Hallelujah.
predecessor. Because I remember when he used to teach this. Now, if the Almighty didn't want them to come into the congregation because they met you not with bread and water as you was leaving Egypt in your Exodus, they couldn't even simply help you out. And they hired somebody to curse you to make sure that you couldn't be successful. And he's mad with these people because they did that. How much anger do you think he have against the people who sailed thousands of miles?
All right, go ahead. Take your time.
Put
All right.
you in chains,
Take your time, all right.
to bring you to foreign soil,
All right.
to lock you up and lock you down, and haven't had mercy on you to this very day.
Watch your mouth, all right. Watch
They're
out.
still doing the things to you today that
Okay.
they did to you in 1619, in 1519, in 1419.
Go ahead, Moray.
Still practicing the things on you today.
Yes, sir.
Have not blessed you to this very day,
All
but
right.
have cursed you and continue to curse you to your face.
Oh, they don't want to hear
And
that.
you want to
all right.
worry about bringing them into the house
They don't
and
want to
worshiping
hear that,
with
all
you.
right. They don't want to hear that. Yes, sir.
And you don't know their hearts. Haven't you had enough Dylan Roots in your life? See, Dylan Root could never have done what he did here,
All right.
what he did in South Carolina. Y'all remember?
Right.
Y'all know who Dylan Root is, don't
Yeah,
you?
let that little
Y'all know who Dylan Root is? They walked in the people off people's church and shot all 8 of them people dead.
And then they gave him a big
And then they took him off and gave him a meal at Burger King. But they opened him with welcome arms. Come on, brother, pray with us.
Pray with them and everything.
And the minute they closed their eyes and turned their back, he got up, pop, 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 pop.
But he said he knew they welcomed him in. He said that. I knew they welcomed me in if I asked could I come and sit with them.
Haven't you had enough dang birds Have you had enough James Bird? Y'all know who James Bird is, don't you?
The one went to the Muslim mosque.
No.
Oh,
No.
oh, that's the one that threw.
See, you gotta let your mind. We're not even talking about. I'm talking about be careful. Period.
Hallelujah.
I'm not teaching hate. I'm just telling you how it is.
All right.
James Bird is the brother who followed the white girl to the party and wound up being hitched on the back of some bigots and hateful people, and they drug him till his body dismembered.
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah. It had more than all.
See, I have my years of following my white buddy around and going and thinking that, and even then I experienced some things I was just too naive then. But now I think back on it, I say, man, wow. And you want to ask? This is a safeguard from the built in from the Almighty. I've told y'all and taught y'all time and time again. Something we're doing we don't even see. It's a safeguard from the Creator. It's everything that we sit around and will talk about. We should be doing. Like I said, the Sabbath day is a built-in boycott. While we sitting around talking about we need to boycott, the Sabbath day is a built-in boycott. We ain't spending no dollars. We ain't in nobody's facility. We right here with each other, giving all our attention to the Most High Yah. It's a built-in boycott. Just think if the whole nation picked it up. You don't think they would listen to you then?
Oh, yeah.
The fact that he revolutionized your heart. And you say, man, you have a heart. You say, we Israel. We a people. Because I had the urge and I said, man, well, maybe this year I just go down and I mill it down and I go down and I just, you know, I ain't going to buy no ticket again. But I just go down and enjoy myself in the ambience of the festival. But then I said, I ain't going nowhere.
All right.
I'm going right back home like I always do. Especially given what just took place. Now the best they can come up with, well, if you come down,
Buy from the
but
black
buy
man.
from the black people. You still making this town money hand over foot. I know everybody ain't gonna do it, but the message don't come down here at all. If you do come down here, take that ticket, come right to Paul Brown Stadium, but this too much for us.
There you go.
All right.
Lincoln Ware would help.
Not even next year. They gonna start saying, what done got into these tearing up tickets, not coming in.
Right. You imagine how they laugh at
When they don't have nobody them artists don't have nobody to play to.
They shouldn't even come.
What they want is the move, but somebody gotta start
But
thinking.
somebody do have to start it. But they know what was happening before they came.
But the best you can say is come down through right. But I can say I ain't going down there, period. I ain't go down last week. I ain't go down the week before. I ain't go down the week before that. I ain't going down there tonight. I have to do and move around this society as it is. Why do anything extra?
There you go.
If you feel so much pain for this sister like you say you do, so much concern like you say you do,
That was yesterday. They're a whole new day.
then let me show you one last thing and then we're gonna leave. Let me show you what, and this is not even the house of the Most High, but let me show you what Solomon did do. Go to 2 Chronicles 8th chapter. Because I want to show you what he did do. And this wasn't even with the house of the Almighty. Get the message.
2 Chronicles
When we teach it,
Chapter
when we
8.
learn it, get the message. Not just harp on the word, get the message of what you see here. Chapter 8,
Yes, sir.
verse 11.
Hallelujah. Second Chronicles, chapter 8, verse 11. And Solomon brought up the daughter of
You know what? Do me
Pharaoh.
a favor, brother.
Yes,
Start at
sir.
verse 7.
Hallelujah.
Because it's a little past 5, so you gotta hurry. We get there. Verse 7.
As for all the people that were left of the Hittites,
Mm-hmm.
and of the Amorites,
Mm-hmm.
and of the Perizzites,
Mm-hmm.
and the Hivites,
Mm-hmm.
and the Jebusites,
Yes.
which were not of
Who
Israel,
were not of Israel.
but of their children, who were left after them in the land, whom the children of Israel consumed not. Them did Solomon make to pay tribute unto this day.
Them did he make to pay tribute. All the people that was not Israel, them he made to pay tribute. All the children that should have been done away with, but they was left there, the other people. He said, them we put tribute on. But of my own people, look at his mind, get the message. But of my own people, look.
But of the children of
But
Israel,
of the children of Israel,
did Solomon make no servants for his work,
he didn't put them as servants for his work.
but they were men of war,
He made them men of war
and chiefs of his captains,
and chief of captains,
and captains of his chariots,
captains of his chariots
and horsemen.
and horsemen.
And these were the chief of King Solomon's officers,
Yes,
even 250 that bear rule over the people.
he didn't put his people in servitude. He put them over the people that wasn't his people. He had a mind, different mind. Read the message.
And Solomon
And then look what he did with the daughter of Pharaoh.
And Solomon brought up the daughter of Pharaoh out of the city of David
And this,
unto the house.
now this ain't even talking about the house of the Almighty, just the city of David, Jerusalem. He took her out of the city of David, married to her and all. Because this is the daughter of Pharaoh that he married to that Nehemiah talking about. But once he got done building, he took her straightway out of the whole city of Jerusalem
Unto the house that he had built for her.
to a house he had built for her somewhere else. And look why.
For he said,
For he said,
my wife
shall
not dwell in the house of David,
And this
king
is
of
wife.
Israel.
It ain't his girlfriend, ain't his side piece, this is his wife. But he said, my wife should not what?
Dwell in the house of David,
Not even dwell in the house of David,
king of Israel,
king of Israel.
because the places
Because the places,
are holy,
they too holy for her.
whereunto the ark of Yahweh hath come.
Because the ark of Yah been all over this place. His presence been here. And it's too holy for her to even be here. So she get her out of here. And I got her a nice place. But she can't stay here. It's too holy for her. Remove her from the city. Not just the house, from the whole city.
Hallelujah.
But it teaches us how to not
Mess up. And it gives us a certain mind.
love because you gotta have it.
See, right now, because some might wrestle with what, right now, even to our best, we must confess. We don't really see ourselves that holy. We see ourselves as a mess. Y'all know we do.
Yes,
Y'all
sir.
know we do.
Yes, sir.
And even if we start to think it, see, it's just some places that everybody can come. Like I said, remember principles or truths. Even in your own home. Your bedroom, if you couple, your bedroom is your bed. It's not to have everybody in, even among your children. It's not to have everybody in your bedroom, because that's a place set apart for you.
Right.
And if it's not time for them to be there, they should not be there.
You used to have to knock on the door.
Even in the Creator's house. If it was not time, even for his priest, if it was not time for him to be in front of the Holy of Holies, he better not be there. Even if he had desire, like the two sons of Aaron had desire, even if they thought it was okay, it's not okay. In closing, I was asked this question when I went to Central State. Because there was a white gentleman on the panel. And the young man thought he was going to be able to bring some discredit. He said, well, if he came down on Sunday to your place of worship, would you let him? He couldn't get in? I said, well, no, he couldn't get in. Because first of all, would nobody get in? We don't worship on Sunday. Then that's what he did. He laughed, the whole place laughed. You trying to slip that in? No. I said, but if he came on the Sabbath day, I didn't bite my tongue. No, sir, he cannot come in. I said, now 6 days a week, I can go to him. I said, now, if we slow down, look at the great blessing. He gets 6 days to be taught of the Almighty. Most people in Israel, they only come 1 day. If you want to play that kind of game, he's getting more. Verse 1.
Right. Yes, sir.
White gentleman said they had no problem at all. It's all people. Have a coronary. Have a coronary. But this is what got us messed up.
Yes, sir.
This neighborhood ain't right. It needs some white.
Ah,
Huh?
the property value only goes up when they move in.
Let me stop before I get in trouble.
Too late.
Any comments before we go lunch?
Awesome first half, Maureen. Awesome.
Well, like I said, don't stop you from showing them the Almighty. Don't stop them from learning about the Almighty. It's just that this is not the time, this is not the place where they can congregate and do that. And if they're really sincere, they'll respect that. They'll respect that. Because I want a man tell me this is a white congregation only. I'm glad if you got it, chief. I don't go to no Klan rally. Be like, look, y'all gonna let me in? Why y'all don't let black people come in this Klan rally? No. You want it? Do your thing. But one day, and more importantly, if you take anything away from it, this is time for us to get our act together. So we can understand these things. But like I said, we still trying to understand the ways of Yah. And then one day when we completely understand it, then everybody can be joyful. Because truly Israel is the salvation or the instrument of salvation to the world. The world is in chaos and turmoil and beat up because we are in turmoil, chaos, and beat up.
Yes, sir.
When we be restored, then all the world will be restored. And everybody can join. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Let's stand, let's adjourn. And I know he don't mind since he restored in health. Brother Gum, gonna pray for us.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
Father, thank you for this time that you set aside for us. I'm so grateful for all the things that we do. Your name, we thank you for everything. Give to us, take from us, let us experience the joy to have a life with you. Father, let us enjoy this time, food, reflect on all the lessons that were brought to us today. Your word, that we may nourish our spirit as well as our body. Father, thank you again for everything you've done for us, and do for us, and will continue to do for us. Lord, your people, Israel, us, as your children. Give you glory and praise for everything you do by saying hallelujah.
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 Hallelujah. Praise my Yahweh. Yah is righteous all the time, both day and night. Hallelujah. All right. We shall be back at 6.